Gymnasium in Sparta, Tennessee, where we are set for an absolute collision in District 7 AAA. I'm Noah McKay on the call, joined by Chase Hoke here on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network, and we're moments away from tip-off in a huge girls matchup as the Upperman Lady Bees, with a 19-2 overall record, 3-0 in District 7 AAA, take on the White County Warriorettes with a 20-2 overall record, 3-1 in the district. Chase, there's excitement in the air here. It's a rare Wednesday night game. Of course, all the ice and snow pushed it back to this point. But this one is one that people have had circled for a long time. In a certain AP poll, these two teams are tied for the number one spot in the state of Tennessee in the 3A classification. We here in the Upper Cumberland know they are two of the top teams in their classification. They are very different teams in their makeup, in their styles, and it should lead to an awesome matchup. As Celeste Reed's White County Warriorette, she's averaging a double-double, 16 points, over 10 rebounds a day. Take on Taylor Delente's Upperman Lady Bees. She's leading them in scoring as well. But it's not just those two stars. Bella Winningham has been sensational this year for White County. Ava Jones has as well. Gracie Butler has reemerged for the Upperman Lady Bees. She had 21 points a night ago in Murfreesboro against Oakland. Bella Mullins is emerging as well for Upperman. It's going to be a ton of fun, and all the action is when we come back. We're live now on the Facebook page, YouTube channel, and maybe Carrier Pigeon. We're on the Tennessee Talk page. We're everywhere right now for an awesome collision. It's a doubleheader. The boys' game to follow is going to be a great one as well. Roll in here. We'll be back with the starting lineups and all the action. You're watching high school basketball presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Get your new year started in your new ride. With a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, including the all-new 2024 Chevy Trax and Silverado, Frontier Chevy is ready to get you into your next vehicle. View inventory online at www.kcchevy.com or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Frontier Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network. The experts at the South Willow Auto Clinic are your hometown auto doctors. Located at 640 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville, get your oil changed, tires rotated, and fluids filled. Need other repairs? Stop by for a same-day free diagnosis and estimate. South Willow Auto Clinic is a longtime supporter of student-athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. South Willow Auto Clinic, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best-kept secret. With locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville, Delicious Pan and hand-toss pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student-athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood, or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Hone and develop your skills on the court with professional basketball player development from Legacy Athletics. Call 931-303-3356 or follow them on Instagram at legacy_athletics or on Twitter at jwinningham25 for more information today. Legacy Athletics, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Everything you need in a new home. This new construction open split bedroom plan in the Honeybrook subdivision has 1,560 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and features a tankless water heater, natural gas heat, and central air. And a new price of $304,900. Call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145 or 931-526-9581.
Landers Trade, your home solution store at 250 East Stratton Avenue in Monterey. Landers Trade is your home for Milwaukee, Blackstone, and Rocky Boots. 250 East Stratton Avenue, Monterey, your home solution store.
Welcome back. It's the Crouch team with Highlands Lake Real Estate pregame show. We are live before a collision of two of the top girls basketball teams in this state of Tennessee. The Upperman Lady Bees taking on the White County Warriorettes. I'm Noah McKay, joined by Chase Hoke. Happy to be with you this evening. The lovely Madison McKay producing things for us. The rare Wednesday night action. But if you're going to play basketball on a Wednesday night, why not have it be this doubleheader? It's not a historic rivalry, but it's a budding rivalry. It's a natural one between these two schools. They're very similar. They're not separated by very far. They both have very passionate fan bases. Makes a lot of sense for them to be in the same district, region, and to play every year, and for it to mean a whole lot. It's time for the starting lineups in tonight's game. Let's start with the road team. The Upperman Lady Bees under head coach Jana McWilliams with a 19-2 overall record, 3-0 in District 7 AAA. It's the same starters we've seen all season long. The Bellas, the Gracies, and Taylor. Number 4, Bella Mullins. Number 5, Bella Stiles. Number 11, Gracie Hamilton. Number 12, Taylor Delenti. And number 22, Gracie Butler. For the homestanding White County Warriorettes under head coach Michael Dodgen with a 20-2 overall record, 3-1 in District 7 AAA. It's number 3, Ava Jones. Number 5, Bella Winningham. Number 13, Gracie Clark. Number 14, Lakeland Grasty. And number 23, Celeste Reed. Starters once again for the Lady Bees: Mullins, Stiles, Hamilton, Delenti, and Butler. For the Warriorettes, Jones, Winningham, Clark, Grasty, and Reed. And Chase, when we look at this district, it is the most difficult district in the state in the girls' basketball classifications, I think in any classification. And this game has a lot on the line in it. Upperman 3-0 so far. White County with that kind of surprising loss, but we've seen Stone be very competitive all year long to Stone Memorial. They're 3-1. Then behind them, Cumberland County at 2-2, Livingston at 2-2, and Stone dangerous at 1-3, DeKalb at 0-3. If Upperman wins tonight, they're starting to put this thing in the rearview mirror a little bit. They got a 2-game lead over everybody and will have beaten Sparta, Livingston, Stone, and DeKalb with 2 matchups to come against Cumberland County. But if Sparta wins tonight, they're tied for first, would actually be in first because of the head-to-head. Of course, they'll face each other later on in the season, and things tighten up significantly, and it becomes a 4-team race again in this district.
Yeah, make no mistake about it. This is an absolute huge game for both of these teams. Like you said, Upperman wins, and they're starting to separate the gap. If Sparta wins, it is a 4-team race, and there's still plenty of basketball to be played in this season. So I'm excited. Couldn't ask for a better game on a Wednesday.
Upperman, the road team in the gold jerseys, gold shorts, white numbers and letters outlined in black trim. White County, the classic white jerseys, white shorts, maroon numbers and letters outlined in black trim. Let us know in the comment section who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. As always, keep it respectful tonight as these two district opponents go at it. I know it's going to be a little bit heated, and that's okay.
It's not a traditional rivalry, but due to realignments and reclassifications, honestly, it is a budding rivalry.
You can feel it, certainly so. Jones against Butler in the circle. Let's get it on a Wednesday night in Sparta. Lead official throws it up. Jones wins the tip. And that's part of the matchup to watch. The guard-heavy Lady Bees against the humongous Warriorettes inside. Ava Jones with it at the top of the circle, trying to get it inside to Reed, and a hold's going to be called on Bella Stiles, and that's something big to watch. How is this game officiated? I think Upperman thinks they're going to have to get a little bit rough in that low block. That's a quick foul against the Lady Bees.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to. I mean, Ava Jones and Celeste Reed's tough to match up against, and another thing that's really helped Sparta out this year is the improvement of guard play that they had as opposed to years past.
Gracie Clark going to be called for a personal foul for extending the arm, trying to create a little separation. So both teams have a team foul apiece, and Upperman with the basketball. They send it ahead to Delenti. Both these coaches have talked about the importance of the start tonight. The team that gets the lead probably gets to play their style a little bit more, and that gives you a huge leg up. Bella Mullins with it. She's been good this year. Everybody on the floor has been really good this year. These two teams are awesome. Delenti now. Taylor Delenti, the sophomore, has it knocked out of her hands by another sophomore, Bella Winningham. It's another exciting thing. There's a lot of young players.
Yeah.
There's a few seniors mixed in, but there's a lot of youngsters playing in this game.
There is. And when you look at Sparta, you think of years past, they've always had the height advantage, especially lately with Nia Powers. Then you have Celeste Reed. Well, Ava Jones is going to be back next year as well.
Mullins tries to drive in. It's well shielded. No good. Reed in transition triggers the three and buries it. A Domino's three for Celeste Reed. Mentioned she's averaging a double-double. Shows off the range there. On the other end, Delenti wide open. She'll trigger the three. That went in and out, no good. Stiles with an offensive rebound extends the possession. Back to Delenti. She gives off right side to Stiles. The Campbellsville signee sends it back to Gracie Butler. She bobbled it, now corrals. Butler turns inside, drives the lane, runs into a brick wall in the form of Celeste Reed. Gets it back to Delenti. Over to Hamilton. Hamilton triggers the three. That's no good. Celeste Reed with a rebound. Now she pushes it in space. Reed, little jump pass. That one was swatted by Delenti and then wrestled away by Stiles. Stolen back by Grasty. Reed with it, puts up the shot and the foul.
Yeah, that's something.
Butler called for the personal, and Celeste Reed to the line.
And that's something that you've got to do if you're Upperman, is you've got to be able to box out on the defensive end. You cannot allow Celeste Reed to hurt you on the offensive boards. That's something that Sparta does so well, especially with that size down low, is dominate the offensive boards.
Looking back through the history of this series, is Celeste Reed. That's her 4th point early on in this one. It's so interesting the last 2 years as they have shared a district. Sparta's won both games in this gym. Upperman's won both games in their gym, and they have not faced each other in the postseason. Upperman's gone further in both those postseasons, but they've never seen each other there on a neutral floor. Home court advantage has loomed large as there's a steal for Gracie Clark. Had a great game against Livingston, and that one's tipped up and intercepted back the other way. A big win for White County in the district in Hogeye Country as Bella Mullen sees the Red Sea Park, slams the brakes. We've got a whistle and a foul on the floor. So the shot will not count. Ava Jones called for a personal. And we're less than 2 minutes in, and both teams already have a couple of fouls apiece, so keep an eye on that.
Yeah, it's something both these teams like to play, that physical brand of defense. And I think if you're Upperman, you absolutely have to tonight.
Inbounds pass goes to Butler. She turns, throws up the shot. No, the length of Ava Jones presenting problems. Here's Celeste Reed into the front court. Reed throws up the shot. No, that one disrupted by Delenti. And then we've got a foul called here. It's going to go on Sparta. Lakeland Grasty called for the personal. 3 team fouls already here against White County. We may have a lot of free throws tonight.
I think you're right. We're on pace for a few.
Full court pressure look here as Delenti has it in the half court. She gives back to Hamilton, slams the brakes, now sends it over left side to Mullins. Mullins finds Butler. Gracie Butler lines up the long triple. That one no good. Rebound tipped out of play. Where's it going? It's going to Sparta with 5:43 to go in the first quarter. Keep those comments rolling in here. We will hit them when we get a brief stoppage. Big crowd already. Anticipate that going up. 2 good games. The boys' game really important in the district standings as well. Jones gives off to Grasty. Lakeland Grasty uses her speed to establish in the half court. Back to Celeste Reed. Reed into Jones. Jones, turnaround shot, good. Ava Jones for 2. And a quick spurt to open up the game for Sparta. Has about in front 7-0. Taylor Delenti has it. Delenti gives back to Hamilton. Over to Stiles. She lines up the corner 3. She's played a few games in this gym. No good. Not an unfamiliar sight. A fast start for Sparta. They've been very good in first quarters this year.
Yeah, that's something Sparta has done is typically they like to come out and they play fast and they're in their zone early.
And there's an offensive foul called on Celeste Reed as she lowered the shoulder into Bella Stiles. It's going to be the 4th team foul called against the home team so far. And that's going to prompt a potential sub. Never mind. Coach Dodgen calls her back. Piper Price ran to the table, but now she retreats. And Sparta knows that they can get above 40 points. That may be enough to win. Upperman is a defensive specialist team. They do not score a bunch of points on most nights. Sparta scores a ton of points. As Stiles drives all the way around the world, throws up the shot. No. Again, Jones with the disruption. And Lakeland Grasty in transition as Coach Dodgen says go. Grasty skies up for 2. It's good. And Dana McWilliams calls timeout. It's a great start for the Warriorettes on their home floor. They're out in front 9-0 as we near the midway point of the quarter. Let's hit some of the comments here. Michael is watching. Greg is watching from Disney World, cheering on the Bees. Brenda watching from Cassville, cheering on Sparta. Adam's cheering on Sparta. Cindy's watching from Florida. Dorothy's watching. Diane is watching from Memphis. My man David Ledbetter's tuning in. Big time matchup indeed. Donnie's cheering on the Bees. Carolyn cheering on the Bees. Brooke, the Cookeville game started late. Laverne got there late. It's going to be live on UCR2. Jacob and Rusty are there, so we're going to have a good stream over there. I'm really confident in that one tonight. Cookeville and Laverne getting started. The Lady Cavs are going to win by 1,000. Just spoiler alert. The boys' game should be really entertaining. You probably want to watch this girls' game. I mean, I'm just going to tell you. I'm just going to be honest with you.
I think this is going to be the better game tonight.
Even if this one turns into a blowout somehow, it's going to be a better game. And it goes to Hamilton. Hamilton in trouble with a double team. Fires a pass. It's intercepted. Picked off by Grasty. Sends it ahead to Winningham. Bella Winningham fouled. Mullins called for the personal. It is all Sparta early on in this game with 4:25 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, Mullins was trying to have a block party, but she didn't go straight up. Easy call for the official. There was contact there. Got to give Winningham a lot of credit running the floor.
A couple of back-to-back 20-plus point games for the sophomore shooter. She's really becoming more, I say shooter as a freshman. She was shooting the lights out. This sophomore year, you can see that full game rounding into form. You know her dad. Yeah, she's getting some good training.
She is somebody that it don't matter where she's out on the floor. If you leave her open, she's going to chuck it up there.
And it will
really
fall through.
Good chance that it's going in.
Second one for Winningham is good, and it's a 10-0 early lead here for the Warriorettes. Cora Bass off the bench. She had a good performance against Oklahoma. She runs into trouble there in the trap. Grasty with another steal. Ahead, Clark sends to Winningham. Back to Clark. Clark off the glass. Good for 2 more.
Listen, I know Sparta starts fast, but I was not anticipating a 12-0 run to get this game going.
Another steal. This time it's Clark up and good for 2 more. And another timeout by Dana McWilliams. Sparta opening it up. 4:01 to go in the first quarter, and it's 14-0 in favor of the Warriorettes.
Listen, and this isn't something that we're unaccustomed to seeing. Sparta starts out quick, pretty consistently. But going up against Upperman, you can make the case probably one of the best defenses they'll face all year long. And Upperman has just not been able to slow them down.
Well, and you got to tip your cap to the defense of Sparta because they're not – Upperman, we haven't seen a normal defensive possession yet. They're forcing these turnovers, getting out in transition, and it's leading to those quick buckets. They're getting to the line. It's a great game plan right now as that full court pressure is wreaking havoc. The length of Sparta, you think that it only applies kind of in the lane, but you're seeing it impact the full 94 floor.
You're absolutely right. I mean, I would say 11 of these points have been because of fast break or finding yourself at the free throw line. The only ones that aren't is the Celeste Reed 3.
Right. Ava Mae Allen checking in. Even that, she stepped into it and rained the 3 before defense could get established. It's a smart game plan for the coaching staff in Sparta. Delente with it now. She sends over right side to South. The freshman triggers the 3 and buries it. Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 for Sadie South. And on nights where Upperman has needed a spark off the bench, she has provided it. Gracie Clark now Euros through, throws up the shot, and a foul. Big call there, the second personal on Gracie Butler, 4th team foul on the Lady Bees, and it's a trip to the line to shoot 2 for Gracie Clark.
Yeah, that was a really nice Euro step there from Clark and a pass fake, able to get right by the defenders.
First free throw falls through for Clark. And mention the interesting, just the way this series has gone last year, Sparta blew out Upperman in this gym, 61-38. They played a couple of weeks later in Baxter. Upperman won 49-46. But again, we haven't seen them play in the same or in a neutral floor in a long time. Gracie Clark's second free throw good. See, our friend Matt Wilson is in the building. Over here goes Delente. She sends over to South, back to Delente. Delente working against some high-pressure defense. Now South with it. Back to Delente. 3:26 to go. It's a 13-point lead for Sparta. Still a long way to go. Mullins drives in, fires a pass. That's off the mark. Another turnover. There's been a ton of them in this first quarter. Pass over right side. Winningham lines up the 3. That one no good. Rebound down tip, and an offensive rebound for Clark. Over to Jones. Mid-range jumper good.
Yeah, and that's one thing with Ava Jones. She can shoot the lights out as well.
Mullins trying to get established, nearly swiped away again. Now she's trapped, tries to muscle it through. She does to Ava Allen, bounced it off her leg, and she waits. And now there's a scrum for it. The ball is still loose. Delente dives in, Reed's on the floor. Everybody's on the floor, and we got a foul. Who's it against? Who is it on here? Is it on Upperman? It is. It's on Sadie South. My apologies. He was pointing to Bella Winningham because she's going to go shoot free throws. As Sparta's hit the bonus, so she goes to the line to shoot 2 here, trying to extend a big early lead. First free throw, no good. Hamilton going to check in here for Bella Mullins. Winningham lines up the second and hits it. Splits the free throws, and the score is correct. 19-3 Sparta. Big first quarter here for the homestanding Warriorettes. Over to Hamilton. She gives to Delente. She's going to trigger the 3. That one no good. Too strong. Rebound tipped down. Celeste Reed comes away with it. And Reed pushing the tempo again. Reed fires it over left side. Triggering the triple. Winningham no good. Rebound tipped. It went to Stiles. Stiles with her eyes up, looking for South, who has it in the half court. Back to Stiles, who is fouled. Jones got in there and commits her second personal, so that could loom a little bit large. And this is going to be the 5th team foul. So Bella Stiles goes to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and if you're Upperman here, the Lady Bees, having Sparta in the bonus, you've got to continue to attack to find yourself at the free throw line, but then you got to convert. First one good there.
First free throw is good for the Campbellsville signee. Celeste Reed, see where she's going to go. If college coaches haven't looked at her yet, they need to. She can play at the next level. As the second one falls through, 2 for 2 for Stiles, and it's a 14-point game. Still 2:20 to go in the first quarter. There's a ton of basketball to be played. Yeah. Sparta, though, feels like they're up by 100 right now. As Clark gives in, Price, that one intercepted. Picked off by Delenti. As you see that 2-3 zone for Upperman settle in for one of the first times tonight. Ava Allen with it. Allen. Delenti wants it. She has it. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Over to Stiles. Stiles Delenti. She has space. Triggers the 3. No, can't make it fall. Ava Allen goes up and gets a physical rebound. Extends the possession for Upperman. She now has it at that secondary Warrior logo. Looks left side. Now back. Hamilton. South pops free. She's wide open. Triggers it. No good. Rebound down. Celeste Reed with another one. She's working on a double-double in the first quarter. Great feed ahead to Price, but it's poked away by Hamilton. It stays on that end with the Warriorettes. So that furious start for White County. Turning over the Lady Bees, getting that slowed down just a little bit, but their defense has been very strong on the other end.
Yeah, it has. I mean, there's only been a handful of looks that the Lady Bees have had uncontested.
Turnaround shot, no good. Attempted by Clark. Delenti with the board. Now Allen will bring it up. Allen crosses over, drives inside, throws up the finger roll and gets the call. Ava Allen going to go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and I think if you're Sparta, too, you've got to get yourself back into, that half-court trap. You were having a lot of success with it, and you were giving Upperman fits. Last few possessions, you've not seen that out of Sparta. But let's be honest, it's hard to play that intense.
That's what I was thinking.
For an entire game.
You get that huge burst, and it's tough to play, and it's just tough cardio-wise to play that full-court press. But if you can lock in on the defensive end, I think that's what Coach Dodge is trying to do right now, and just make sure you're playing that solid defense. You've already got a big cushion. As Allen goes 2 for 2, the lead is down to 12. It's a dream start for the Warriorettes on their home floor. Looking at this 2-3 zone. Looks like a 2-3, doesn't exactly play like a 2-3. Jones inside, works on Stiles, throws it up good for 2. Ava Jones has 6 points in the first.
Yeah, really good job there getting the ball to Ava Jones on the low block. She uses her size, gets right to the rim.
Gracie Hamilton with it. Hamilton picks up her dribble and a travel. Slid that back foot when she went to
just
pivot it back
keep
the other way. 54.1 to go in this first quarter. One dominated by the home team. They're up by 14. Grasty sends over left side. Now back to her. Sophomore to sophomore. Winningham gets free for 3. In and out, no good. Thought it was going to fall. Rebound, fought for, down. Stiles saves it, but it went off her teammate. And possession stays with the Warriorettes.
Yeah, I tell you what, Winningham, she's had a few good looks tonight from beyond the arc. Hasn't got one to fall yet. Thought that one was going to be the first.
Yeah, her and Delenti, it's a matter of which one falls first. And then
once they see it go through the
hoop,
hoop,
know what could break loose. They can start raining them in. There's some shooters on the floor. Grasty able to get it in to Winningham. 34 seconds. See if Sparta holds here. You wouldn't blame them. They don't typically do that, but you've had such a great first quarter. Scorer Bass getting in the grill of Grasty. Now over to Winningham. Back to Grasty. Left side. Price. Pardon me, that is the talented freshman. As this one's Selby. As this one's ricocheted around. Blocked away by Ella Harrell. Just wrestled it out of the hands on the shot attempt. Now Mullins in the front court. Mullins up and under for 2. No. Rebound down to Jones. 10 seconds left. An opportunity for the icing on the cake for Sparta. Grasty with a crossover. Throws up the contorted runner. And it falls through. Lakeland Grasty as Mullins didn't get it off in time. And a tremendous first quarter for the homestanding White County Warriorettes. After one, they lead 23-7. You're watching high school basketball presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Crossroads Auction Group are the Upper Cumberland's auction experts. As a full-service auction company, they take your stress away every step of the way. Servicing the entire Upper Cumberland, the Crossroads Auction Group gets your property ready from cleanup, setup, picture-taking, up to the auction and beyond. They handle all auctions from estates, residential, farms, land, commercial, and everything else. For more information, visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com or call 931-644-7149 today. The Crossroads Auction Group are proud sponsors of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. Nick's Restaurant has been family-owned and operated in the Upper Cumberland for over 50 years. Located right in the heart of Cookeville, great views. And listen, prime rib, steak, chicken, salads, sandwiches, team events if you're hosting a banquet, and ice cream pie. I don't know what else I need to say to sell you to go to Nick's Restaurant immediately, but we appreciate them for being the presenting sponsor of tonight's broadcast and tonight's game. As we welcome you back into Roy Sewell Gymnasium, 23-7, White County with one of their best quarters they've had all season long, especially given the circumstances of the game. A lot of basketball still to be played, though. These two teams know they are both well coached, they're talented, and crazy things can happen, so don't tune out just yet. We also have a great boys game coming on following this one. Point guard battle. Trip Pinion on one side, Ty Cobb on the other for the first time ever in the same gym. Let's go. As they pass over to Cora Bass, now Bella Stiles with it. Stiles sets up. White County really got to this big lead by turning over Upperman as Butler works to the free throw line. Now Stiles. She's going to drive the lane, runs into a brick wall known as Celeste Reed and traveled. Possession back the other way. Reed, you know, she's not the biggest stature-wise in the world,
Right.
but she's so strong. She just doesn't move in there.
Yes, I mean, she is. And then that's something that I'd say majority of her life she's probably been the tallest girl on the floor. And
She's 5'11". She's tall.
right.
But she's just not, you wouldn't think she'd be a brick wall, and she absolutely is. As they give out to Grasty. She drives the lane. Grasty again kind of double pumps it. And we got an over-the-back foul, I believe, going on Price. And it'll go the other way. First foul of the quarter, first personal on Price. Ella Harrell checking back in. She may play a bigger role tonight. They need that size inside to try to adjust to what Jones and Celeste Reed are doing. Ava Jones with 6 points in the first quarter. Celeste Reed with 5. Gracie Clark with 6 of her own as well. Balanced effort in the opening frame. We're a minute into the second. Mullins gives back to Bass, and she traveled with it. Possession the other way. That's 3 travels already called against the Lady Bees in the first half.
Yeah, it's something they're going to have to clean up. I mean, just absolutely shooting themselves in the foot so far tonight on the offensive end. They have not been able to settle into a rhythm.
Ava Allen back into the game here. Lakeland Grasty runs the point for this team on most possessions. She sends it over left side to Selby. Selby back to Grasty. Now Selby again. She can shoot out there. Now bounces it back to Grasty. Right side, Winningham. Speaking of shooters. Grasty with it. Works it back. Winningham, she thought about it from that secondary logo. Instead puts the dribble down. How often do you see a closeout like that far away? As Butler nearly steals it, but it goes right to Price. Stays on this end. Little float pass to Price, looking back door. That's an errant pass. Was it saved in? No. She was on the line. So possession back to Upperman. As it feels like the teams have gone ice cold. We're a minute and 40 seconds without any points.
I mean, after that first quarter, the way Sparta started, it didn't seem like they were able to miss from the floor. And then we haven't seen a lot of scoring in the past 2 minutes.
When Upperman's gotten into the 2-3 defense, it's been kind of locked up like it is now. Mullins drives in, kicks to Lenti, looking to get it rolling. That one no good. Rebound tipped. Is it saved? No. Possession will stay with Upperman. But in White County, when they've been in the half court, nothing doing for Upperman. It's been transitioning. Sparta leading that battle in a major, major way. Mullins looking to inbound, tries to send it up. It's tipped, and Winningham will run it down. Will calmly go up and deposit that one for 2 points.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you need if you're Sparta. Let your defense turn into easy offense. You've done it so effective tonight this far. Continue.
An 18-point White County Warriorettes lead in the first half. Butler gets inside, gets free, puts it up and in for 2. First points tonight for Gracie Butler. Just a second field goal for the Lady Bees in this opening half. Now that pass is off the mark and a turnover. Possession goes back the other way. And right now, if you're White County, Chase, you're just saying, hey, we take care of the basketball, play solid defense. You have a big enough lead now. You can just hold serve. You don't have to go on another big, long run.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Especially, you think of high school basketball, there's not a shot clock. I hate when teams do that, but, I mean, it's not the wrong move.
Allen picks up her dribble, tries to get it to Harrell. We've got a foul on a bump. Or is it a hold? We'll check and see. It is going to be on Celeste Reed. That's her second. And we'll see if that prompts Coach Dodgen to make a change. He will. And the luxury he has is coming in is Ava Jones.
Right. Ava Jones is, I'd say, taller.
She is. Hamilton gets it in to Ava Mae Allen. Sparta saying a man-to-man defense here. Allen going to drive here against Winningham. Picks up her dribble. Gets it to Delenti. Delenti drives, now spins it back to Butler. Butler drives in, blocked away by guess who? Ava Jones. Possession back the other way now. Pushing the floor, Selby runs into Winningham, runs into Butler. And we've got a foul called here. And that is the third personal on Gracie Butler. A player Upperman really needs on the floor with 5:05 to go in this second quarter, trailing by 16. And Coach McWilliams is going to leave her out there right now.
Yeah, if Upperman's going to find themselves back in this ballgame, they're going to have to get Gracie Butler going on the offensive end.
Now working it inside. Selby throws up the runner. No. Rebound down to Delenti. Delenti gives off to Butler. Butler using a screen from Harrell. Drives in. Throws up the shot. No. Rebound punched out. Went to Hamilton. Looking for Harrell off the mark and possession back to White County. We don't keep, I just keep the score up here. I'm not keeping track of turnovers, but I bet it's a big number in this first half right now.
I believe so.
Now pass ahead as Sparta calmly breaks the press. Winningham gives back to Ava Jones. Jones to Winningham. Winningham picked up by Hamilton. Now over to Jones. Jones. Butler playing with those 3 fouls, and now she has 4. Jones goes in strong. That's the exact right thing to do in that situation, and she's going to go to the line to shoot 2, and Gracie Butler with 4 fouls is going to be forced out with still 4:24 to go in the second.
Yeah, and you got to give Sparta a lot of credit. Knowing she's in foul trouble, attack her, go right at her. Gets her 4th.
First for Ava Jones goes through. It's good. She's got 7 points in the first half, and once again re-stretching that lead to 17 is Sparta.
Yeah, and you probably won't see Butler until the second half.
Maybe not until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Next one up and good. 2 for 2 for Ava Jones. Cora Bass back in. Sadie South checked in as well. Both these teams, they're probably about 8 players. Maybe an occasional 9th, but they're not going to go too far into the bench. And Cora Bass with it here. Upperman looking for a spark. Sparta looking to keep them down and out. Bass working with the handles on that S logo at center court. Now spins it over left side to Allen. Allen picks up her dribble. Now finds Delenti somehow. Delenti gets to the low block. Now pivots around, throws up the shot and the call. Never mind, a travel. Possession goes the other way.
And Sparta's bench is absolutely hype over that call.
They are into it, and we're only midway through the second. They're up 27-9. By the way, Madison's doing a great job with the clock on the screen. That's not the official clock, because this one's intercepted by Allen. She's keeping it here on our software. It is not linked, so if at the end of a quarter or at something like that, we say there's time or no time, it's the official clock that matters. As Cora Bass has it here. Just trying to give you a better idea of what the clock is, but it's not official. Bass gives off to Stiles. Stiles going to drive the lane. Stiles throws up the shot, blocked away. Here they come the other way. Piper Price with the block. Now Jones running the floor. Jones, it's blocked out of her hands, out of play. It'll stay with Sparta with 3:26 to go.
Yeah, it was a really good job there by Ava Allen on the defensive end, knocking that basketball out of bounds.
Into the low block it goes, now back out to Jones. Jones gives off to Winningham. And not a huge sense of urgency for Sparta for understandable reasons. They got this big lead. They want to let any momentum to the opponent here in the final minutes of the half. Left side, Winningham. She flips it over. Now back to her. Just in front of the Upperman bench. Ava Jones with it. She reverses floor to Selby. Selby drives baseline up and under. Throws it up. No. Offensive rebound. The putback good for Ava Jones. And it was because Bella Stiles is feeling something. Not sure exactly what happened in there, but Jones makes the basket, and Stiles, tough young lady, she's back up under her feet. Didn't see what happened down there, Chase, but it led to the easy basket for Sparta.
Yeah, I didn't either, and you could tell something did because Ava Jones didn't even jump for the rebound. It was, she was kind of reaching for it.
Stiles was hunched over in pain, and Jones was able to get it. And it is a 20-point White County lead here with still 2:52 to go in the second. Left side Mullen. She triggers the three. That one no good. Too short. Rebound, and stepping out was Cora Bass before she jumped up for it. And possession goes back to Sparta.
Yeah, and just the way Sparta's bench has reacted to every single call that goes away, you can tell it's a big game.
Yeah, no question about it as it goes back to Jones. She sends over right side to Winningham. And there was some unknowns about Sparta. You know, they got the big win at Livingston, but they tried to schedule tough. The schedule just didn't end up being some of those, you know, when you invite the Webb School and a bell buckle to your tournament, you think they're going to be the best team in the country like they were last year, and they weren't that team this year. This is a big answer for Sparta. With that great overall record is slicing through is Winningham, and she is fouled. She'll go back to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, and that's another thing that's really helped Sparta in terms of extending this lead is they have been really good from the free throw line tonight.
Yep. Winningham will line it up, and for Sparta, they're sitting here with this huge lead, and she has not hit a three yet, as the first free throw is no good. The scoring has slowed down significantly in this quarter, but Sparta entered the frame with a 17 or 16-point advantage. It's up to 20 now, as they've outscored Upperman 6-2 in this frame. Next one for Winningham, flies it away and gets the friendly roll.
Yeah, and Winningham, she's done that tonight. She split her free throws.
Ava Allen with it. Allen picks up, gets it to South, back to Hamilton. 2:09 to go. Sparta trying to close out a dominant first half. Allen sees a little bit of a lane, sends it out to South. South going to drive and punches it over left side for Gracie Hamilton. Hamilton back over to Bella Mullins. Now Ava Allen. Allen back to Hamilton. Hamilton surveys the floor. One-on-one with Winningham, puts the dribble down, now picks it up. Back to South. Long possession here developing. As Galenti goes off right side to Bella Mullins. One-on-one with Jones, and Coach Dodgen backs Jones up. Bella Mullins loves to take those isolation drives into the lane. See if they're trying to set it up here. Looks like they are. She activates into the play, drives in, and she buries it.
Yeah, really nice move there by Bella Mullins going up against a much taller Ava Jones. Gets that ball to go right out that outstretched arm.
Gracie Clark's got a little bit of a breather in this second quarter. She was great in the first. That one intercepted by Gracie Hamilton. 3-on-2 if they hurry, but Hamilton slams the brakes instead. Back and forth. Now she has it. Slicing through, throws it up, and the foul is called. See if this one goes on Fox. It does go on Kyra Fox. That's her first. Team's third. And a trip to the line at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot two for Gracie Hamilton. Flies away the front end, and that one hit every part of the rim and then fell through.
Just like she drew it up.
Second one, no good. Rebound down to Ava Jones. 1:06 to go. Sparta may, I said in the first, they may do it again. They may hold.
Yeah.
It's coming across the time. You just don't want to give any momentum here. Jones with it. One dribble. She's going to trigger in the mid-range. That one no good. Delenti with the rebound. A chance for the Lady Bees. Ahead comes Bella Mullins into the front court. Mullins with her back to the basket. Gives off to Delenti. Now over to Hamilton. Hamilton with 44 seconds to go. Upperman typically holds here, but they're not typically down by 18 points. Hamilton back the other way to Mullins. 34 seconds. Mullins to Delenti. Delenti tied up in the foul. This is going to be the fourth team foul against Sparta. See who it goes against. Kyra Fox again. So coming out the bench, 2 quick fouls. You don't hate that if you're Michael Dodgen as a hustle plays.
No, absolutely not. You know, she's got those fouls. It means you don't have to worry about Ava Jones or Celeste Reed having those fouls.
And don't forget Gracie Butler picked up 4 as Mullins turns inside, and that is rejected by Ava Jones.
What a block.
That thing got swatted.
Yeah, she's doing her best Dikembe Mutombo impression.
No, right there. Ava Jones is wrecking havoc in the lane defensively. Mullins inbounds, fires it to Delenti, who's bumped by Winningham. No foul, no problem. Over to South. She triggers the corner 3. That one no good. Rebound down and going up for it. Getting it. The put back up and good. A little spark provided off the bench by Auburn Johnson as she finishes that one. And ahead it comes. Now inside. Jones on the other end puts it up and in for 2. 4 seconds on the clock. Over to Ava Allen, 2 seconds. Allen, this would count if it goes. It does not, as the teams trade buckets to end the first half. One dominated by the homestanding White County Warriorettes, but a lot of action still to go tonight in Sparta. After 2, it's White County 32, Upperman 14. You're watching high school basketball presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. Go.
I see where it is! Light the runway! Santa's never gonna find us.
Oh, yes, he will.
Merry Christmas! Steel Technologies has been part of the Rutherford County community for over 35 years. Their plants in Murfreesboro and Smyrna include over 150 teammates who process coils, metal sheets, and planks for customers across North America. Steel Tech's Smyrna and Murfreesboro plants are expanding, and they need teammates to join their team. With openings including machine and forklift operators, truck drivers, and more, they have the position for you with competitive wages and monthly bonus opportunities. For more information and to apply online, scan the QR code on your screen now. Steel Tech is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Steel Tech. Faith, family, Steel Tech.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this home on Aspen Drive in Cookeville. Featuring a split bedroom floor plan, new carpet, beautiful yard, and deck, you'll fall in love with this home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is also home to the UCR Coaches Show on Tuesday nights. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do. Get your new year started in your new ride. With a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, including the all-new 2024 Chevy Trax and Silverado, Frontier Chevy is ready to get you into your next vehicle. View inventory online at www.kcchevy.com or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Frontier Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network. The experts at the South Willow Auto Clinic are your hometown auto doctors. Located at 640 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville, get your oil changed, tires rotated, and fluids filled. Need other repairs? Stop by for his same-day free diagnosis and estimate. South Willow Auto Clinic is a longtime supporter of student-athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. South Willow Auto Clinic, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best-kept secret. With locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville, delicious pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student-athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Hone and develop your skills on the court with professional basketball player development from Legacy Athletics. Call 931-303-3356 or follow them on Instagram at legacy_athletics or on Twitter at jwinningham25 for more information today. Legacy Athletics, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Welcome back. It's time for the Happy Hiller Halftime Show. Visit happyhiller.com to see how our friends at Hiller can help solve your plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical problems today. It's happyhiller.com. All White County in the first half. They lead at the break 32-14. They led by 16 at the end of the first. They lead by 18 at halftime, and 12 points for Ava Jones was the difference. A bunch of different scores, though. Winningham with 5, Clark with 4, Grasty with 4, Reed with 5. For Upperman, nobody has more than 3 points. 2 points apiece for Mullins, Stiles, Butler, Allen, and Johnson. 1-3 for Sadie South and 1 for Gracie Hamilton. That's all the scoring. And it was the first probably 5 minutes of the game, Chase, that gave Sparta this cushion that they've held on to. It slowed down significantly in the second, but as we talked about, it could. They got all those turnovers in a row. They got those transition baskets, and once they were up by 15, there wasn't as much of those turnovers, but they had this big cushion to be comfortably ahead.
Well, you're right. And once they got up to that big lead, they kind of quit doing what was forcing those turnovers, and that was that full-court press trap that they were doing, on the inbounds plays. And then once they stopped that, you allow Upperman to come up the floor. You did limit yourself on the turnovers, but I fully believe if this game becomes really close, we're going to see Sparta go back to that trap pretty quick.
And Coach Dodgen, he talked to me about the importance of the start in this game tonight. He thought it was really important for them to be able to start fast and kind of dictate the terms of this fight. They certainly started fast, scoring the first 11 points of the game.
Yeah, he relayed that message well to his team, and they responded. I think he's going to be appreciative of that. Going forward as this game continues. But, yeah, that was one of the fastest starts that we've seen out of this Sparta team in a long time.
Yeah, the first 4 minutes of this third quarter are going to be very important. We know Upperman historically under Dana McWilliams, a third-quarter team. They've had some big comebacks this year. They trailed by double digits against Siegel. They trailed significantly against PCA, roared back with some dominant third quarters to end up winning those 2 games. Sparta knows that as well. It'll be interesting to see the adjustments here. Big factor, though, as Upperman tries to put a comeback together. They probably won't have Gracie Butler on the floor for it. She had 4 fouls, picked them up really quickly. They left her on the floor with 3, picked up the 4th. That is maybe your biggest get-a-bucket player if you're an Upperman Lady B fan, and she's probably not going to play very much in the second half.
Oh, I agree with you. And you said, Upperman and Coach Dana McWilliams is known as a third-quarter team, but right now in this deficit, not having your best player, you're essentially trying to go upstream without a paddle, and it's just going to be super tough for the Bees to find themselves back in this ball game. But I promise you this, if there's a coach in the Upper Cumberland that can figure it out, it's going to be Dana McWilliams.
Well, and it'll be interesting to see how they use Gracie Butler in this half. Do they let her go And then if she picks up the 5th foul, she does, because you're in this big hole. You got to figure out a way to come back one way or another. Or do they wait until later on in the half? We'll have to wait and see. For White County, a dream start for them. And we mentioned in the open the importance of this game. If Sparta wins, they move into first place. They'd be tied record-wise with Upperman, but they'd have the head-to-head. And all of a sudden, Livingston and Cumberland County, they're probably big Sparta fans tonight because they sit 2 games back currently in the loss column of the Lady Bees. If Upperman loses tonight, that turns to just 1 game back of both Sparta and Upperman.
Yeah, and let me tell you this, too. Whenever you think of this district, it is absolutely loaded with talent. Livingston and Cumberland County are 2 really good basketball teams as well. And if Sparta gets this win tonight, and then with the rest of the district play we have in this season, you could easily see this being a 4-team race.
Well, and what we said before the schedule started, we said if somebody goes undefeated in 7 AAA, just go ahead and bring them the gold ball. Because they'll have run an absolute gauntlet. Right now, the only undefeated team left in this district is down by 18 points. It's Sparta ball. They're working right to left in the white jerseys. Upperman's in gold. I'm Noah McKay. He's Chase Hoke. Lovely Madison McKay is producing things for us this evening. Thanks for being along with us. Celeste Reed with the basketball. She kicks over to Ava Jones. Those 2 wreaked havoc. And now we've got a fight inside. And it's an offensive foul on Celeste Reed as she tried to get around Bella Stiles, and that's the 3rd on Celeste Reed.
Yeah, and that's something that we're going to have to watch and see how Coach Dodgen handles that. You definitely don't want her picking up her 4th, but if you're Upperman, you have to go right at her.
Yeah. We saw Sparta attack at Gracie Butler when she picked up her 3rd. We'll see if Upperman does the same to Celeste Reed here. Bella Mullins has it. Mullins sends it off to Butler, who is on the floor. Give and go to Mullins, puts it up off the glass and good for 2.
Yeah, just great execution there. As soon as she gave it, she took off.
Now a little full court trap look here for the Lady Bees. Gracie Clark had a huge first quarter. She slices through over her back, no good. Fight for the rebound. Delenti comes away with it, picks up her dribble and gets it ahead to Hamilton. It was a diving pass to avoid a travel. Here's Butler. Gracie Clark's a really good defender. I think she's going to get a reputation for it.
Yep.
Just remember that as we move forward here. She's picking up Butler here. Butler goes off to Delenti at the top of the circle. Delenti surveys the floor, puts a couple of dribbles down, now bounces it to Butler. The start of this quarter going to be huge to see if we're even going to have a fight tonight or if this is going to be a walk-away Warriorettes victory. Hamilton from way downtown. No good, too strong. Long rebound, and there's going to be a bump and a call. This one goes on Lakeland Grasty, and that is her 2nd personal. Team 2nd with 6:42 to go in the 3rd.
And I'll tell you, we talked about it pregame how this is a budding rivalry. It's only going to get more and more intense because these 2 teams are not only are they really good, they're really young.
Inbound goes to Butler. She puts up a shot, and the foul is going to be called on Ava Jones, and that is Ava Jones' 3rd personal foul. We mentioned in the open, a lot of fouls tonight. Butler's at the Sonia Bauer of the American Way Real Estate free throw line. She's got 4. Reed and Jones have 3. First team to foul out, maybe the one that.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. And if you're Upperman, the way you get back into this ball game, force Celeste Reed and Ava Jones have to sit on the bench.
First one for Butler was good. The second one, she flies it away. It's good as well, 2 for 2. And it's 4 straight to open up the half for the Lady Bees, who trail now by just 14. Here comes Lakeland Grasty ahead. Grasty sends it over to Winningham. You could feel it. Sparta needs a bucket. Reverse pass over to Clark. She drives inside. Turnaround shot. Butler knows she can't foul. Clark knows it too, and she puts it up and in for 2.
I'll tell you what, Gracie Clark's another player that is really, really good.
She's one of the more underrated players.
Absolutely.
She's really taken a big step forward this year from last.
And you see, several Euro steps, her ball handling abilities, insane.
Now one-on-one Mullins starts to drive, now kicks it. It's tipped and intercepted, and guess who got it? Working it the other way. The pass goes over left side, Winningham. Winningham throws up the shot, no. Rebound down, Jones has it, throws it back up, no again. Hamilton with the rebound, and here comes Upperman with speed. Ahead to Mullins running the floor. Up and under for 2, good.
Yeah, this is exactly what you need if you're Upperman. Going on a quick run here to start this second half.
This is more the game we expected to see, and that the 2 teams trading baskets, coming down, playing some good defense, some transition opportunities. We were all juiced up for it, and Sparta said, yeah, about that. I don't think so. Now the other end, Winningham from way downtown. No, rebound down, fought for, bodies hit the floor. It goes out. Where's it going? It's going to Upperman with 5:28 to go in the 3rd in a 14-point game.
And I tell you, Bella Winningham hasn't been able to see the ball go through the hoop from behind the arc yet tonight, but as soon as she does, she's liable to catch fire.
And Coach Dodgen having some words with the official. I think he thought Celeste Reed got fouled on that rebound attempt. Just doesn't want to pick up a tech in this spot. Butler with it on the right side. You don't want to allow that momentum back to your opponent. Mullins sends left side to Lenti. Delenti over to Butler. Gracie Butler hands to Stiles. Stiles works into the mid-range now to Lenti. Collision up top with Grasty. Stiles inside, blocked from behind by Clark, and it went off the chest of Stiles and out of play. Possession back. There's some physical play. Grasty took a shot inadvertently,
right to
but
the
took
face.
it. She's a tough young lady staying out there. Who said basketball was a non-contact sport? As Reed's guys up for two. No. Hamilton with the rebound. Not when I was playing, I'll tell you that. Here comes Mullins.
You're just a bully in the paint, huh?
You ain't kidding. Butler lines up the three. That one, no good. Rebound down again. I think went last off Stiles. It did. Back to Sparta with 4:46 to go in the third. And now we have a stoppage to tie the shoe for Hamilton.
Hey, we've played several good pickup games here at the Sparta YMCA.
You ain't kidding.
Now, when Japeth was in
Richmond
the gym, whenever he went up, you just get out of the way.
He's the greatest. One guy didn't remember that.
No,
that was hilarious. Grasty sends it over left side to Whittingham. Bobbles it. Now Corrals. Flip pass, dangerous, but Jones uses her size to go up and get it. Now here's Reed. Turn around, puts up the shot, and the call. Celeste Reed will go to the line to shoot two. Sparta just trying to re-separate a little bit as it's tightened a bit in a 14-point game. Mary says, Avery Young says, go Warriorettes. Jimmy's cheering on Sparta. James watching from Jasper, Alabama. I think he's got a particular interest in the boys' game coming up as Celeste Reed bottoms the first free throw. Just 6 points tonight for Celeste Reed, and they've got a 15-point lead. You'll take that if you're a Warriorettes fan.
Oh, absolutely.
Reed lines up, delivers the second, money. 2 for 2. And it is a 16-point lead again for White County. They've led by as many as 20 tonight. Sparta can feel really comfortable right now. They know their opponent's got to put a pretty hefty run together to make this interesting as Butler has it. Delenti trying to get away, and there's a hold as Clark was grabbing on a little bit to Taylor Delenti and got called for the personal. Just her second, but it's the team's fourth.
Listen, I know Clark's aggravated about that call, but she better be glad they called it because I'm going to tell you, that was going to be a wide open layup.
It was about to be a walk-in for Delenti as they were trying to set up that kind of shrug and go. Mullins gives it into Butler. She looks right up at the huge Ava Jones, turns around, and Jones swats it again. It is a block party hosted by Ava Jones tonight.
Yeah, Ava Jones has been an absolute terror for the Lady Bees defensively.
Upperman needs somebody to inbound the basketball here. It's going to be Bella Mullins as Hamilton comes to get it. Hamilton sets up here. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Right there in her grill is Whittingham. She spins to reset the 5-second clock. Delenti with it. Over to Mullins from the elbow. Mullins waits. Now she turns inside. Nice shot fake. Goes up. Good for two.
Yeah, you said it. What a shot fake there from Bella Mullins.
And now here's the trap for the Lady Bees. Sparta's been pretty good tonight against it. Clark with room to operate. Sends the feed across to Reed. Blocked away by Stiles. It'll stay with White County. 3:39 to go in the third of a 14-point game. Get the feeling if this ever gets to like 9 or 10, it could get interesting, but Sparta right now feels pretty good. Oh, bounce pass to Grasty as she tries to set up the offense. Now feeding it into Jones. Has the lane, takes it, puts it up and in.
Yeah, nice feed there from Grasty to Jones right there on the low block.
Yeah, every time it's gotten to 14, Sparta's answered right back with a bucket. It's a big number swing in the game. Mullins from the top of the circle. She has 6 points in this quarter. Butler surveys the floor. She's playing a long time now with 4 fouls, but they really don't have a choice. Jones and Reed both have 3 apiece for Sparta. Butler going to drive the lane into Reed. Puts up the shot. No good, no call. We go the other way. Rebound comes down to Jones. She shows off the handles into the half court. Jones sends it into the corner. Wide open. Clark for 3. Good. A Domino's 3 for Gracie Clark. A huge swing in the ball game as Upperman has a look on one end and you blink and the 3 rains home.
Yeah, that was a big-time corner 3 there from Gracie Clark. And you said it, probably one of the most underrated players here in this district. Listen, she's a hooper.
No doubt about it. Yeah, she's emerged this year. There's no question. And in a team with a player like a Celeste Reed and somebody with the size and skill of Ava Jones, a player like a Gracie Clark or a player like a Bella Whittingham can kind of fly under the radar a little bit. but performances like tonight help her put her on the radar.
And I'll tell you, Lakeland Grassley, her ability to come in and really solidify that point guard position, and then you have Bella Winningham and Gracie Clark. The fact that all three of those are sophomores, that's going to be a really good trio to watch as they continue to develop.
It's so interesting. These two teams, they have their fair share of seniors, but a lot of youth, and some of those top players are sophomores and freshmen, which bodes well for the future for the programs. Right side, Gracie Butler with it, picks up her dribble. Now back to Hamilton. You blink it, it's back to a 19-point White County lead. Hamilton drives inside, throws up the shot too strong, and it's disrupted again by Ava Jones. There's nothing doing in the lane against these Warriorettes. Reed works it into the lane, throws up the shot, no. Rebound down to Delenti. Delenti, she's double-teamed now, tries to step through. It's tied up, and a foul is called. And this is going to be free throws for Taylor Delenti as Upperman's hit the bonus.
Yeah, and Bella Winningham thought she had the ball.
Taylor Delenti looking for her first points in tonight's game. Has 0 so far. She goes to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Upperman's taken a bunch of shots in the lane, and they have gotten swatted a whole bunch.
Yeah, I mean, Ava Jones has got several blocks tonight.
First free throw is good for Delenti. Hey, remember when I said Cookville was going to win by 1,000? At the end of 3, they're up 56-14 over on UCR2.
That's about like the boys' game last night in Livingston.
100 burger for LA. Second free throw good for Delenti as she goes 2 for 2 at the line. Now quickly ahead. Clark comes, and one of the Upperman Lady Bees hits the deck. That was Johnson. She's back up and all right. Grasty with it from the top of the circles. We near 2 minutes to go in the third. Grasty, that boys game over on UCR2 is going to be an important one in that district. The Cavaliers, top-ranked team in the Upper Cumberland. It's not close. And their biggest obstacle in that district is those Laverne Wolverines, which is the all-mascot team. As this one's knocked out of play, it'll stay with Sparta.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
We got a good boys game coming up here between the White County Warriors and the Upperman Bees. As that one sent over left side to Bella Winningham. Flip pass back across the other way. Now that one's going to be poked by Allen, and it's a foot race that Winningham wins. And now numbers if they hurry. Winningham into the half court. Jump stop. Pulls up in the mid-range. Too strong. Rebound down to Delenti. Now Mullins will bring it up. 17-point game, 1:27 to go. Mullins fires it over to Allen. She's going to trigger the corner three. No good. Johnson flies in and gets the rebound, though. Fires it to Harrell. Now that pass tipped and intercepted. Picked off. And now it's tied up in a foul. Harrell going to be called for the personal. Just the second team foul against the Lady Bees with 1:15 to go in the third.
Yeah, and just another really solid hustle play there from Gracie Clark. I mean, she has made her presence felt in this basketball game.
Now, Grasty wasn't ready. Put it behind the back. It was dangerous, but she got it back. Now that one's tipped up into the air. Reed able to come away with it. Reed sends it back left side into the corner. Clark looking for another three, and she buried it. It barely touched the net for a Domino's three.
Yeah, big three there from Gracie Clark.
Upperman was making it a little bit interesting, and Gracie Clark answered with 8 points in the frame to stretch it back to tying their largest lead of the night at 20.
We have 14 points tonight for Clark.
Allen with it. Again, no Gracie Butler on the floor with those 4 fouls. Allen starts to fall back, but Delenti goes to get it. 30 seconds to go. Now Johnson fires it to Allen. Allen looks at the long arms of Ava Jones and gives off instead to Delenti. Back to Allen. Now Johnson. Swiped out of her hands by Winningham. Johnson has it again. Now Allen. Allen from the elbow picks up her dribble. Back to Johnson. Johnson around the world and blocked again. Ava Jones says, get that out of here. Here on the other end, Clark triggers the three. No. Rebounded by Delenti with 2 seconds left. Delenti cannot get it away in time. Interesting start to the third. More of the same at the end as White County restretches their lead after 3. It's 44-24. You're watching high school basketball presented by Nick's Restaurant and the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Everything you in a new home. This new construction open split bedroom plan in the Honeybrook subdivision has 1,560 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and features a tankless water heater, natural gas heat, and central air. and a new price of $304,900. Call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145 or 931-526-9581.
Landers Trade, your home solution store at 250 East Stratton Avenue in Monterey. Landers Trade is your home for Milwaukee, Blackstone, and Rocky Boots. 250 East Stratton Avenue, Monterey, your home solutions store.
Nick's Restaurant has been family owned and operated for over 50 years in the Upper Cumberland, located in Cookeville. We appreciate them for being a presenting sponsor here. Ice cream pie. Ice cream pie, ice cream pie, ice cream pie. Come on, you got to go get some, along with a nice prime rib. Enjoy a nice night out in Cookeville. It is a nice night out for the White County Warriorettes as they are cruising right now at 44-24 against the Upperman Lady Bees. Two of the top teams in the classification with their first meeting as Delenti slices in, nothing doing. And you know the interesting thing about tonight, Chase, Upperman has not taken very many threes, which is the one place where they have an advantage on paper over these Warriorettes with their size inside.
Yeah, and you got to give a lot of credit to the Warriorettes defense. You know, that on-ball defense, they have not allowed many open looks, and then if you go inside, Ava Jones is just going to block.
Oh, what a play by Reed to save it into Grasty, who puts it up and in for two. What a play for Sparta, as that thing looked destined to be a turnover, and Reed put it on a rope to Grasty. Now South drives and kicks over to Butler. Butler floats back out. Jones gives chase, now Hamilton. She's going to line up the triple, and that one falls through. A Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 for Gracie Hamilton.
Did you call that, or did you call
well,
it?
Just Upperman has shooters out there with South and Hamilton and Delenti. Butler can shoot it as well, and they got inside a lot as Reed throws up the shot. Jones right there for the easy putback for two more. She's got 16 points tonight. She's got 87 blocks tonight. It's an approximate number.
School record.
Yes. Hamilton lines up another three. That one missed everything. Possession back to Sparta with 6:27 to go.
I tell you, it really does feel like she's got about 87 blocks.
She's got a ton. Feels like every time a shot's been put up inside with her in there, it has been sent the other way. Left side. Now that reverse pass finds Grasty. Fight for it on the floor. It's loose, and there's the tie-up. Possession arrow belongs to Sparta. And it's interesting. We talked about really briefly there in the pregame show, Chase, the difference in the styles of these teams and their foundation, the way they're built. And tonight it's been dictated by that interior for White County, and that's how you get to this big score. As Jones tries to throw up a shot blocked away by Delenti. Butler comes away with the rebound and works her way through traffic. Butler sends it looking for South, but it's off the line, and possession goes back the other way, and the students are here, and they're making noise on the other side.
Yeah, really, really good idea, just wasn't able to execute it.
Reed sends it over left side. Now slicing through. Selby puts it up, no good. An offensive rebound again for Reed. She's averaging nearly 5 offensive boards a night as we've got a jump and the arrow belongs to Upperman. That is a ridiculously high number.
Yeah.
Possession goes back to the Lady Bees. Stick around postgame. We'll have the South Willow Auto Clinic postgame show. Go through the scoring, talk a little bit about the game, and, of course, have the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game as they give over left side. Butler. There's a few choices for that this evening. Delenti to Bass. Cora Bass lines up the deep three, and that one falls through. A Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 for Cora Bass.
Yeah, and that was from way downtown. She made that one from Cookeville.
Geographically, I think that checks out as they go over left side. Now driving in Selby, she gives back to Grasty. Grasty drives, now throws up the little runner. She loves that shot. This time it doesn't fall, and guess who got an offensive rebound? Celeste Reed. Put it over her back and back in.
Yeah, I mean, how do you slow that down? Celeste Reed just so dominant on the low block.
I mean, she's looking the other way and just throws it back over her head, and it goes through. Butler with it now. She's going to line up the long three. It's about the only chance Upperman has at this point. Cora Bass gets the rebound, fight for it. Tied up between her and Reed. The arrow belongs to Sparta with 4:53 to go. At this point, as I mentioned, your really only chance to start just raining them through if you're the Lady Bees, and that is a tall task.
Oh, I agree with you. If you get the open look, you've got to take it here if you're Upperman. And you set a tall task because you almost have to shoot 100%.
And Sparta's done exactly what we kind of mentioned in the first quarter. Once they got the big lead, just don't make any big mistakes.
Right.
And they haven't done that.
Oh, this has been a very well-executed game plan from the Warriorettes.
Haven't had to go back to that full court trap that wrecked all the havoc. He's Grasty working on Bass, uses a screen, gets free inside, throws up the shot. Good, and one. Lakeland Grasty with an exclamation point. Will go to the line and try to complete a three-point play.
Yeah, Lakeland Grasty does a good job using that speed to get around the edge, takes the contact, and you can tell she was feeling it after that. She's pumped, flexes a little bit.
Free throw no good. A rebound down to Upperman. Butler with it in the half court. Gives back to Delenti. Over to Butler. She's open. Triggers the three. It's no good. Rebound down. Allen saves it. Ricochets around. Clark saves it, and it goes right to Celeste Reed. Reed gives back the other way. Now into Jones. Jones blocked and a foul. Ava Allen can't believe she got called for a foul. She said, I went up with her.
Right,
give me that block.
And I'll be honest with you. To me, it looked like she grabbed nothing but ball.
Final over on UCR2. Cookville 66, Laverne 17.
You said it was going to be about 1,000 to nothing. Pretty close. Pretty close.
It's so interesting in this matchup, Chase, as we talked about. It's a little bit of deja vu as Jones makes the front end. Last year in this gym, Sparta won 61-38. That's on the board for tonight's final score.
Yeah.
As the next one for Jones is up and no good. But right there for the easy putback is Celeste Reed. Celeste Reed up to 11 points tonight. And then they met again 2 weeks later last year, and Upperman won 49-46. I'm not saying that to take anything to this year. It's just the interesting part of how this matchup's gone the last 2 years, and it's about to be 3. Sparta's won in this gym. Upperman's won in their gym. Will this be the year we see it in the postseason? We'll still have to wait and see.
Man, that'd be a good game. And I'll tell you, when Sparta comes out and plays the way they have tonight, just physical, quick, they're tough to beat, man.
Absolutely. Now they send it over left side. Winningham saved in again. They have had great jobs tonight doing that. Reed drives in, throws it over her head again. That one won't fall. Rebound is tipped, and Jones commits the foul.
That's going to be her fourth.
Fourth personal. And at this point, it's over. 25-point lead for the Warriorettes. Now Bass will bring it up. Sends it over to Allen. Now Mullins with it. Bella Mullins. Surveys the floor, finds Delenti. Delenti off the dribble. Back to Butler. Butler lines up the long three. That one no good. Rebounded again. Celeste Reed's got to have another double-double. She came in averaging one. I'd be stunned if she didn't have another. Winningham looking to get it rolling for three. Bottom. A Domino's three for Bella Winningham. And it is broken open tonight in Roy Sewell Gymnasium. Here's Allen on the other end as both teams are going to empty their benches a little bit, it appears. Driving in, Butler throws up the shot and another block to add on for Ava Jones. Here's Winningham the other way. Winningham flips it over to Reed. Reed slices in. That one knocked out of her hands by Delenti. With 2:32 to go. Wholesale subs in for both teams. Big win for Sparta, and things got very interesting now in 7 AAA.
Yeah,
it's starting to become a little bit of a logjam here. Upperman and Sparta will be tied. Records-wise, Sparta for now will sit atop the district because of the head-to-head victory tonight, and CC and Livingston will be just one game back with each having a 2-2 record, as that one's nearly stolen away to go out of play.
I think if you're Cumberland County or Livingston tonight, you are absolutely thrilled with the outcome of this ball game.
The only thing you're not thrilled about is the fact that it's a 28-point game. Sparta looks really good. Right. Over left side to Selvey. Yeah,
good point.
They wanted the result tonight. I don't think they wanted it to look like this. A very impressive effort out of White County. Sending over right side. Now that one nearly intercepted. Rustled back for Norvell. Now it goes out of play. Possession stays with Sparta. 2:04 to go in the ball game. Don't forget, boys game coming up next. That is a really important one for the district, as it's even more jumbled right now on the boys' side than it is on the girls. Now Selby sends it back over right side. She has it again. Selby puts the dribble down, now floats a pass inside. Driving in, shot thrown up, and a foul is called. This will be a trip to the line to shoot 2 with 1:48 to go in the contest.
Yeah, and if you would have told me Sparta wins tonight, it wouldn't have shocked. But if you would have told me the manner in which they won tonight.
Well, we were talking at halftime about it, and I said, I don't think it shocks me just because I was in this gym a year ago and Sparta rolled in similar fashion, and that one was shocking. So it wasn't off the board that it's happened, but it's certainly a very impressive performance tonight out of White County. So whatever adjective you want to put to it, you can't be anything other than impressed with what Sparta has done on this floor.
I think they're making a statement for the next week's rankings.
That's what all the Sparta fans are talking about in the comments section is the shots up and good for Johnson. Second chance. Oh, they're fired up about the top 5. Hey, listen. I mean, I'll spoil it just a little bit. Who knows where they'll be. They'll be on the list this week. This was a big week for Sparta. We said it last week. They go to Livingston. They get the win. They turn around this week, or not earlier this week, I should say. They go to Livingston, get the win on Monday night. They turn around, get this win here tonight in the fashion that they did, assuming they take care of business on Friday against DeKalb. It's going to be a great week. Coach's show will be tomorrow night at 6 o'clock on our Facebook page. That's what we were waiting on for Sparta. From a rankings perspective, that's those signature wins, that strength of schedule had not quite been there yet for Sparta. And it wasn't an indictment on they can't. It was let's see it. And they did it this week. So tune in tomorrow. I think you'll probably enjoy it a little bit more as Johnson's over. Going to step back for 3. That's no good with 52 seconds to go. I wasn't going to bring up. I was just going to let it sit until tomorrow. But, hey, we could talk about it a little bit. So, yeah, tune in tomorrow. There will be some movement, no question about it. This was a big week for White County for that reason. They got those signature wins now from a rankings perspective, which, by the way, mean absolutely nothing. The standings are what mean everything.
Right, yeah.
But I'm glad people care about the top 5 this much.
It's good for business that they care.
It's true. People do care about it.
But I'll tell you this, too. Like,
some people care way too much about it, by the way.
As you get into district play and as the season goes on and you get closer and closer to the postseason, you've got to start turning it on and starting to play your best basketball. And I think if you're Sparta tonight, if there's room for improvement, my goodness, how scary could that be?
And that will do it. A convincing effort tonight out of the now 21-win White County Warriorettes. Final score, Sparta 58, Upperman 32. A statement made tonight by White County. We welcome you into the South Willow Auto Clinic postgame show. South Willow Auto Clinic are your hometown auto doctors. Chase, we've been talking about it. Now it is a final score. They get a 26-point win. They tie things up atop District 7 AAA. A big-time victory for Sparta. A signature win that they've been looking for, and they get it in a huge spot.
Yeah, they absolutely do. And you said it. Sparta goes on to 21-2 on the year, 4-1 in district play. Upperman falls to 19-3 and 3-1 in district play. And this has opened the door wide up for not only Sparta but also Cumberland County and Livingston right there as well. And listen, we knew we were going to be in store for a great ball game, but if you would have told me it was going to be a blowout, I wouldn't have believed you. But here we are.
Here we are indeed. A big-time win for Sparta tonight as they get that victory. Scoring from the game is as follows. A lot of players scored in this ball game tonight, so it may take just a minute, but we'll get through it together, and it also may not be exactly in order, especially for Upperman. Leading the way was Bella Mullins for 8 points. Then we'll just go down the list here. Cora Bass had 3, Bella Stiles with 2, Gracie Hamilton with 4, Taylor Delenti with 2, Gracie Butler with 4, Sadie South with 3, Ava Allen with 2, and Auburn Johnson with 4 for a team total of 32. For the victorious White County Warriorettes this evening, 17 points and a ton of blocks and a ton of rebounds for Ava Jones, 14 points for Gracie Clark, 11 for Celeste Reed. I imagine she had a double-double as well. Bella Winningham had 8 and Lakeland Grasty had 8 for a team total of 58. It's time for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Chase, who's it going to tonight?
Yeah, tonight we have to give it to Ava Jones. Honorable mention to Gracie Clark, but Ava Jones led all scorers with 17 points and definitely led all defenders with blocks. I believe you said she had 87.
Yeah, approximately 87.
No, absolute Amazing game from Ava Jones, and I tell you what, she's only a junior.
She is only a junior. And it was interesting, for the last 4 years, Chase, here in Sparta, we've said, okay, you've got Elena Stiles, and then right behind her is Celeste Reed, and then right behind her is Nia Powers, and then right behind Nia Powers was Celeste Reed, and right behind Celeste Reed was Ava Jones. So you still had that succession. Well, now the sophomores, it's changing just a little bit from the post to the guards, but they've got a few who are really showing out right now in the form of Gracie Clark and Lakeland Grasty and Bella Winningham. And then you've got some freshmen, maybe Ashlyn Selby, the next in that line of big post players here in Sparta. But the factory is working down here as they're pumping out the players. And tonight it was Jones and Reed. And I think this whole game tonight gets back to what we talked about in the open. Both these coaches knew the start was so important. It was a huge start for White County. They had a double-digit lead before Upperman scored. That gave them the cushion to just not worry about making a mistake, that huge mistake. They played free. They were able to play loose, and they got a big win tonight.
Yeah, they absolutely did. And I don't know what's in the water here in Sparta, but it's working, especially when it comes to girls basketball. They've had absolute studs the last several years, and it doesn't look like that trend's going to end anytime soon.
It certainly does not. Both these teams, though, will have to put this one behind them. Sparta doesn't want to get too high. Upperman doesn't want to get too low because they're back in action coming up on Friday night. Sparta in this gym when they host DeKalb County. Upperman on Friday when they take on a Stone team that has kept it interesting with everybody. They kept it interesting with Upperman. They kept it interesting with Livingston. They kept it interesting with Cumberland County last night. And they beat Sparta on this floor a couple of weeks ago. So that should be a very interesting game as well. We've got another big one coming up here in Roy Sewell Gymnasium in about 10 minutes. We'll be back as we set the stage for the boys' game between the Bees and the Warriors. You'll see that intermission graphic on the screen. When it's gone, we will be back. Final score once again, White County gets a big win and gets to 21-2 with a 58-32 victory over Upperman. Much more to come. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. It's time for an abbreviated Crouch Team with Highlands Elite Real Estate pregame show as we're set up for the boys' game as Upperman takes on White County. The Upperman Bees, the road team under head coach Bobby McWilliams with a 16-4 overall record, 2-1 in District 7 AAA. Take on the White County Warriors under head coach Eric Mitchell with an overall record of 8-8, 3-1 in the district. I'm Noah McKay again, joined by Chase Hoke. And Chase, this one's a big one once again. Within 7 AAA, it is a log jam at the top. Stone Memorial 3-1, Sparta 3-1, Upperman 2-1, Livingston 2-2. It's anybody's game right now in the district. Stone has beat Upperman. Sparta has beat Stone. This is the first time these two teams get together. Upperman faces Stone later on this week. Maybe we have clarity. Maybe it gets more messy. But regardless, what we do know, this game tonight in this gym, very, very important.
Yeah, it absolutely is, especially for not only these two teams but other teams in the district. And I think Sparta is a team that if you look at where they were last year to this year, they're still kind of figuring themselves out, but that win over Stone was absolutely huge for this basketball team, and they're starting to put it together. And listen, they've got some bright spots. Obviously, they have Trip Pinion still, but Cole Sims is a freshman that's really came in and done a great job and has submerged himself into one of the better players in this district, and he's only a freshman. And then on the other side tonight for Upperman, you have the highly touted Ty Cobb that people just love to watch play.
It's going to be a fun game, and you mentioned it, some of the stars in this game. It's the first meeting. Right, we saw earlier all the hype behind Cade Capps against Ty Cobb.
Yeah.
This one, Trip Pinion against Ty Cobb. Trip not thought of as the scorer that a Cade Capps is. Nobody is the scorer that Cade Capps is, but he is a lockdown defender, and that matchup will be very interesting to watch how these coaches match those two up, if they even do. And you got to tip your cap right now. Eric Mitchell's doing a great job with this basketball team, a very young Sparta Warriors team, a team that lost 5 out of their 6 key contributors of the team that made the state tournament a year ago, but they are playing really good basketball right now, and it starts with Trip Pinion, with him back in the lineup. They're 8-8 overall, but they're 5-3 with Trip Pinion.
Yeah, I think Trip Pinion's a guy that brings a lot of stability to the floor, great defensive presence as well. And listen, he had that ankle injury, took him a little bit to get his basketball legs under him, but now he's here. He's in great condition, shape. Excited to see what he's got in store tonight.
It's going to be a fun matchup here tonight as we tally up the starting lineup. First for the White County Warriors under head coach Eric Mitchell with an overall record of 8-8, 3-1 in District 7 AAA. Number 0, Cole Sims. Number 3, Trip Pinion. Number 4, Gage Stevenson. Number 20, Jackson Young. And number 23, Lucas Smith. For the Upperman Bees under head coach Bobby McWilliams with an overall record of 16-4, 2-1 in the district. It's number 21, Braden Roberts. Number 15, Clayton Harris. Number 23, Bronsden Chaffin. Number 0, Ty Cobb. And number 4, Evan Huddleston. Starters once again for Sparta: Sims, Pinion, Stevenson, Young, and Smith. For Upperman, Roberts, Harris, Chaffin, Cobb, and Huddleston. Here we go in round number 2 of this doubleheader. The Warriorettes rolled earlier on tonight in a statement victory. Upperman with it. This is a top 5 matchup. Sparta creeped up in the number 5 spot in the UC top 5. Upperman holds on to the number 2 spot as Evan Huddleston, who's had a good week, sends it over, I guess 2 weeks now because we had that week off all of a sudden that nobody planned for. Had 18 points against Franklin Classical, a good game yesterday against Oakland. Sparta looking to bounce back. They're coming off a 61-49 loss at Livingston as Cobb is fouled. This one going to go on number Cole Sims, number 0 I should say, Cole Sims. Upperman had a dominant victory yesterday over Oakland, 65-49, and it wasn't even that close. They cruised from the opening tip in that game. Ty Cobb works it into the half court, now kicks over to Clayton Harris. This is another new look starting lineup as Coach McWilliams and company have kind of mixed it up the last few games. They're very deep as Robert skies up and buries the mid-range 2. Upperman can go 10 deep down the bench and play 10 players in this game. Now, looking across, that's going to be a kick on Clayton Harris as he got into that passing lane. That takes away an easy layup for Sparta. They'll have to inbound here. Yeah,
I think that's a good job there, Harris, getting in front of that pass because regardless if that goes through, it was going to be a wide open lay-in.
Now steal, ahead it goes to Cobb. Cobb goes up strong and finishes for 2.
Yeah, nice fast break offense there from Upperman Bees.
Ty Cobb, the 6-foot-tall point guard, a freshman, is the corner 3. There's a lot of freshmen on this floor. There's Bronsden Chaffin, and he shows off the speed. Chaffin loads up, and he is fouled. He's going to have to earn it at the Sonia Brown with the American Way Real Estate free throw line. Well, he will shoot two. You know, I talked yesterday on air a lot about why Bronston Chaffin didn't start. Found out after the game he was feeling a little under the weather last week, so they worked him back in. And then he dropped 20 points and a bunch of rebounds yesterday. Was the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the game a night ago, and his first free throw falls through, and it's quickly 3-0 Upperman. Let us know in the comments who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for in this one. We welcome you in, as always. Please just keep it respectful. We know we're passionate. That's okay. Second one falls through as well for Chaffin. 2 for 2. 6:45 to go in the second. It's 6-0 rather in favor of the Bees. Pinion trying to work against some full court pressure here. He gets it up into the half court for Young. Young traps, sends a pass up that finds the intended target. Now working it into the mid-range. Harris picks it up, shot inside, blocked, and a foul. I think this one's going to go on Chaffin. It should be a trip to the line here for Sparta.
Yeah, and that was a nice job. Lucas Smith finding Gage Stevenson on the inside there. Goes up strong. Bronson Chaffin gets pegged with the foul.
First one up and good for Gage Stevenson. And some of these young Warriors, Stevenson's one, Cole Sims is another. He can shoot the lights out of this gym. Have been a key catalyst for them as they've had a great start to the district slate. That's an offensive rebound tipped up and saved for Sims. Sims now reverses for to Young. Young triggers the three. That one no good. Missed a little bit left. Saved in. Straight into the air, and Young is there to grab it. Nice job again by Sims. Young pivots a couple of times, and it's going to be a 3-second violation, and possession goes the other way.
Yeah, and I think good call there by the official, but Jackson Young picked up his dribble and didn't really have a shot at the basket and then couldn't find an open teammate. Really good job there defensively from the Upperman Bees.
Chaffin sends it over to Cobb. Cobb fouled from behind as he went up for the shot. I don't think Coach Mitchell agrees with that one.
No, he didn't. He jumped up quick.
Yeah, he's going to go to the – never mind. They're going to say he wasn't shooting. Now, that part I don't understand. If it was a foul, it's definitely a shooting foul. And it's going to be an inbound from the scorer's table instead for Roberts. And here we go back to action. 2 minutes into the ball game here, and that's the second personal on Cole Sims. So he's forced out. Cobb working off a screen right side. Mid-range pull-up jumper. That one no good. Rebound tipped out. And Turnbow tipped it to Huddleston. Now over to Roberts. He is lethal from long range, and he buries the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3.
Yeah, if you're going to leave a guy open from behind the arc, it absolutely cannot be Braden Roberts.
Yeah, he is a sharpshooter in every gym he's in, as that one's going to be tipped by Harris. Went right to Huddleston, who fires it to Cobb. Ty Cobb is fouled. Trip Pinion made sure he got his money's worth, and Ty Cobb's going to go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot two.
Yeah, that was a hard foul on Cobb. Pretty much took a punch.
I said it earlier. Basketball is not a non-contact sport.
I think Tripp was channeling his football. Looked like a linebacker, man.
First one no good. Cobb had made 37 free throws in a row, and then he missed his first 4 last night, and we were all looking around like, what is happening?
Yeah.
He rallied back, but the first one misses here. Second one falls through for Cobb. And Upperman's lead is up to 10-1, and we're having a little bit of the inverse of the girls' game here. A really fast start for the road team now. Trip Pinion with it, met by Branson Turnbow. We've seen that on a football field before. Pinion works it over right side across the timeline, ahead to Young. Young, double team. Trying to find somewhere to go, and he steps through with the dribble. That's a nice play. Reverses over left side. Wing 3 on the way. That one no good. Rebound down. Pinion went up to grab it. Goes back up for 2.
Yeah, really good job there, Trip Pinion. I tell you, he's probably one of the shortest guys on the floor, but he doesn't play like it. And you see there, big offensive rebound.
Now on the other end, Cobb. He lines up the open 3, but misses it short. Rebound down to Sparta. For a moment, Harris wrestles it back. Right side, Huddleston. Roberts over to Cobb. Cobb into Harris. Harris, turnaround shot. That one no good, in and out. Rebound down the other way. .4:28 to go in the first quarter. Sparta trying to settle in after a fast start for the road team. They're down 7, 10-3. And you see the host of subs to the table for Upperman. 3 there, 1 for Sparta. Upperman will certainly play a few more players tonight. Pinion sends over right side Young. He triggers the three. Got that high release point, but that one doesn't fall. Rebound down. We've got a foul called. I think it's going to go on Harris for a hold. Be the first personal on Clayton Harris, second team foul. As Keon Lewis is at the table for Sparta, Chaffin, Bush, and Torrance checking in for Upperman.
Yeah, that's something tonight. Sparta shot a few threes, haven't been able to get one to fall for them yet.
Yeah, when they're playing their best, they are hitting those threes.
Yeah.
And there's another attempt from the corner wide open,
There
and
it
that
is.
one falls through. Good. A Domino's three. Lucas Dickerson splashes it home off the bench, and it's a quick run here, 5-0 for the Warriors. And they give left side to Roberts. Cobb gives off to Torrance. Torrance triggers the three. That's no good. Upperman's gone cold. Sparta's heating up, and they have the basketball again.
Yeah, that was a big three there from Sparta in the corner. Really needed it to get their offense going. Only a 4-point ball game.
Now there's going to be a foul as Torrance tried to go steal that one. So third team foul against Upperman. First personal on Jack Torrance. Pinion bounces it over right side from the right wing. Surveying the floor is Smith. Lucas Smith puts a couple of dribbles down. He's picked up by Cobb. Upperman in a matchup zone look a little bit here. A little tic-tac-toe passing for Sparta, and that's a travel. Possession goes back the other way.
Yeah, it took off before he dribbled was Keon Lewis.
Ty Cobb will run the point here as he crosses the timeline. Sends it over right side for Torrance. Now Chaffin from the top of the circle. Chaffin, one dribble, finds Bush, now Torrance. Cobb, that one's going to be stolen away by Pinion. Trip Pinion bringing it up. Pinion coast to coast for two, and a 7-0 run now here for the Warriors.
Yeah, and this is the kind of run Warriors needed to find themselves back into this ball game.
And now fastball, too much on it. Chaffin couldn't control. And Evan Huddleston going to check in here for the Bees.
Yeah, Bronson Chaffin's used to throwing
this
passes.
This is a Sparta team that has not blinked. When they played Stone Memorial, they trailed by double digits early in that game, came back to win that game. It was a huge win for them, and they haven't blinked early in this one as Pinion skies up, no good. Chaffin tried to get a charge. Probably a good no call either way. Huddleston with the rebound.
Yeah, I mean, Sparta's a very resilient team. You get them down, but you just can't put them away. They hang around.
As Cobb goes in strong and gets fouled, he's going to go to the line to shoot two, see who it's against. Looks like that one's going to go on Lewis. Keon Lewis called for his first personal. Team's fifth, so Upperman's into the bonus with 2:21 to go in the first. Ty Cobb to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. The first one falls through for Cobb. Two for two. 12-8. Right side pass, Lucas Smith. Now they give off. Sparta looking to answer. They trail by 3 points. 2:04 to go in the first. Hand off back to Smith. Now Pinion. Pinion sends the pass left side now in. Lewis, turnaround shot. That one no good. Rebound down to Roberts. And now it's going to be swiped away the other way. The Upperman fans wanted a foul. They are not obliged. Now Pinion has it. Pinion floats back, sends the pass over to Smith. Lucas Smith off the dribble, picked up by Cobb. Now back to Trip Pinion. Pinion back and forth. Little hot potato being played now from the top of the key. Now left wing side. Open three. On the way. Money. Splash through and good. Lucas Dickerson with his second Domino's three. And we are nearly tied up. It's 12-11.
And you said it. Sparta's playing at their best when they're knocking down these three-pointers. Lucas Dickerson 2 for 2 from behind the arc tonight.
Now Ty Cobb senses they need a bucket, and so he reigns in a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate three.
He said, all right, I'll show you.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Pinion with it. He sends off right side. Grabbed by Smith. Smith running out of time, able to find Stevenson. Stevenson reverses floor, open again for a three. That one no good, in and out. And a rebound for a push This one's going to go on Upperman.
Yeah, that's the most open Lucas Dickerson's been tonight. Couldn't get that one to fall. But I tell you what, we thought we were going to be in store for a good one. It certainly has been so far.
Yes, indeed. Braden Roberts called for his first personal. Remember, Stone 3-1, Sparta 3-1, Upperman 2-1, and Livingston right there at 2-2 with a win over these Warriors. It is tight in 7 AAA. So a win tonight would go a long way for either of these two teams. And remember, it's not just the first seed. It's really the top 2. If you're in the top 2, you get a first-round bye. You're automatically into the region tournament as one of the final 4 teams out of this district. So you want to be in that group. A win tonight would put you one step closer. Pinion with it. Upperman settling back into a 2-3. Pinion fires it over right side. Grabbed by Smith. Smith into the corner. Grabbed by Stevenson. Stevenson reverses to the top of the key. Now driving in. Little pass to the baseline. Pinion somehow hesitates enough and puts it up and in. That's a great play by Tripp.
Absolutely. Really nice hesitation there. Waits till he gets the defenders off the ground. Then he goes up strong.
Braden Roberts with it. Roberts going to line up the 3. Money. Braden Roberts with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. His second of the quarter, and it comes near the end of the frame. That brings us to the end of an exciting first. Upperman 18, Sparta 13. Coverage of this game is presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Get your new year started in your new ride. With a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, including the all-new 2024 Chevy Trax and Silverado, Frontier Chevy is ready to get you into your next vehicle. View inventory online at www.kcchevy.com or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Frontier Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network. The experts at the South Willow Auto Clinic are your hometown auto doctors. Located at 640 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville, get your oil changed, tires rotated, and fluids filled. Need other repairs? Stop by for a same-day free diagnosis and estimate. South Willow Auto Clinic is a longtime supporter of student-athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. South Willow Auto Clinic, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. Coverage of tonight's game is presented by our friends at Nick's Restaurant. Upperman with an 18-13 lead, a high-scoring first quarter. 6 points for Tripp Pinion and Lucas Dickerson, 8 apiece for Ty Cobb and Braden Roberts. And it's Sparta basketball. I'm Noah McKay. He's Chase Hope. Hey, listen, I know the girls' game has a lot of back and forth happening. And I know most people mean well. But everyone take it easy, or we're going to go to timeout, which is where you got to watch, but you won't be able to comment as a foul is called as Chapin goes up for the rebound. So I'm good. Everyone, you have fun, just root on your teams, but we're starting to go a little bit chippy too far back and forth, and then that's where we're taking away from what the kids are doing on the floor. So that's the last thing I'm going to say about it. We'll all be all right. Lewis called for his second personal foul. We're back to action. As Cobb has it. Cobb gives off to Roberts. Roberts back to Huddleston. Now we're going to have a foul called for a hold inside as Chaffin was trying to set an off-ball screen for Cobb. And one of the Warriors just got a hand on him. It was Lucas Smith called for his first team second. Cobb floats it up for Chaffin. They love that little alley-oop play, but it misses wide right. Rebound comes down. Smith comes away with it, now pushing the tempo with a ton of speed. Smith, jump stop, throws it over Chaffin's head, and good for 2.
Yeah, really nice move there, Lucas Smith, and that's harder than it looks. He makes it look easy, going full speed, all of a sudden to stop.
It was Upperman with a 9-point early lead as Tripp Pinion reaches in and gets called for a foul. That's his second personal. So Sims, Lewis, and Pinion all with 2 here for Sparta. 7:04 to go in the second quarter. Cobb works over right side. Drive and kick. Huddleston, corner 3. That one no good. A rebound down. Pinion comes away with it. Pinion. Now corner 3 on the way. That's no good. A rebound down. Chaffin muscles it away. Now he sends it to Cobb, who ran the floor. Ty Cobb checks over his shoulder and wisely just lays it in.
Yeah, really nice job there in transition. Get it to Ty Cobb. He's able to pace the floor. Easy layup.
Yeah, Cobb can go showtime, but I think he sensed the pressure from behind and just deposited it in. Now into the corner. Little shot fake in rhythm 3 on the way. That one a bit too strong. Rebound down to Chaffin. Roberts sends it ahead to Cobb. Cobb, head fake now Roberts. Roberts finds Huddleston. Huddleston going to drive baseline. Skies up, puts it off the glass. That's no good. Rebound punched out. A little fight for it. Roberts has it. Now over to Cobb. Cobb in the corner. Turnbow wants it. He has it. Top of the circle 3. That's no good. Long rebound this time comes down to Lucas Smith. And we've got a whistle and a timeout called by Eric Money Mitchell with 5:58 to go in the second. It's 20-15. Tomorrow night, UCR Coaches Show presented by Fire and Vine. 6 o'clock live on the UCR Facebook page. There will be movement. At least one top 5. The boys' top 5 will have to look at it. But there we will unveil that. Not sure who Jacob has in line to come in and talk to us coaching-wise, but see if we get one of those. And I think we're going to go with a round table once again. So that was fun last week. People seem to enjoy it. We'll bring it back again. That's tomorrow live on our Facebook page at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You said it. Definitely going to be some movement in one. We'll have to see.
Hey.
How the other
we
one
said we wanted
up.
Sparta to prove it on the girls' side.
They proved it.
They proved it tonight. No question about it. Inbound sent up to Pinion. Out of the timeout. Coach Mitchell wanted to make an adjustment or two. And you can't take them home with you, so why not use it? Working on Jack Torrance. Pinion works it around right side. The junior point guard. Now back left wing. Dickerson, he has a couple of threes in that first quarter. So we near 5.5 to play in the second. The pass goes over to Griffin. Griffin now into the corner. Smith. Smith from that secondary Warrior logo reverses back to Pinion. Trip Pinion. Back right side. Jump stop. Now back to Pinion. He's going to line up the 3. That one no good. Rebound down. Harris with a box out. And Clayton Harris is called for a foul. That's his second personal.
Yeah, pretty aggressive box out. Saying he pushed Gage Stevenson.
I'm not sure what they want Clayton Harris to do.
I don't know what. Yeah,
as a former center.
Yeah, in that situation,
he's entitled to box him out as the 3 ball's up and good. Rained home just like that. Nate Griffin splashes home a Domino's 3. And it's back to a 2-point game. Cobb has it. Cobb into Chaffin. Chaffin, help arrives, and it's Trip Pinion who just takes it. Rather, never mind, that was Dickerson who stole it away, but now it's stolen back the other way. 30, not 3. Jumping in there to get the original steal was Lucas Dickerson. Now on the other end, looking for the lead. It won't fall. All of a sudden, Roy Sewell Gymnasium sound a little bit like Roy Sewell Gymnasium as Cobb has it swiped from him in the foul. This one's going to go on Sparta. It'll be the 4th team foul against them. There's life in the gym right now.
Absolutely.
Sparta already has one signature win in this gym. They're looking for another. That one goes on number 12. That's Griffin.
You can hear where the momentum's at right now.
It's not as full as we've ever seen this gym. It's a pretty good crowd in here, though. Wednesday night game, that's a little different. Hey, stick around during the Happy Hiller halftime show. Michael Dodgen will make his way up here. We'll talk to Coach about their big victory earlier on tonight. Now in Cobb, a little give and go for the easy 2.
Yeah, great offensive set there for the Upperman Bees. Executed it perfectly.
Well, people ask about Ty Cobb. I think the first thing that comes to my mind is smooth. He's very smooth, and he just steals that one away, too. Now shielding off the defense, picks up his dribble. Little flip pass over to Roberts. Reverse feed, Huddleston. Extra pass to Cobb. He kicks back to Huddleston. Huddleston out to Roberts. Roberts to Huddleston. Huddleston. Helms, now Huddleston again.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Ty Cobb. He's not your typical freshman.
Certainly not. He has the ball now. He's played a lot of high-level basketball games on the travel circuit. It's still tough to believe, just a freshman. Roberts triggers the 3. That one misses wide right. Rebound tipped around a few times, and Evan Huddleston comes away. Now Torrance, back to him. Thought about the 3, instead Helms with it. Now they swing around top of the circle. Left side, Roberts. Roberts, little shoulder shrug. Now Torrance. 3:20 to go in the second quarter, rather. Torrance over to Cobb. Cobb from the corner for 3. Too strong. Rebound down and a hold on Helms. It's going to be the second team foul against the Bees, and it'll go the other way. A long possession ends empty-handed for Upperman.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Gage Stevenson, he's been fighting for every chance to get a rebound, but if it's not Clayton Harris boxing him out,
And now we've got a full timeout call on the floor, so we'll take it with them. 3:22 to go in the second. We'll be right back.
Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best-kept secret. With locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville, Delicious Pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. 3:22 to go in the second quarter. It's a 22-18 game. We've got another close one in 7 AAA. Surprise, surprise. All the parity in this district. I think the actual quality of basketball has taken a step up from last year, but it's just as competitive as it was a year ago.
Yeah, I mean, really good basketball game here tonight. Really 2 solid teams. Girls' game was good. A little bit more one-sided than we were anticipating.
Well, I have it on good authority that Jaron Davis just had a ridiculous poster over on UCR2 as Cookeville takes on Laverne. And Cookeville leads 17-16 in the first quarter. I'm very much looking forward to watching that later. And now we've got a hand check call on Jack Torrance. It's his second personal. 3rd team foul against the Bees with 3:17 to go in the second. Cam Bush checking in for Huddleston for Upperman. I will certainly do that, Hilda. In one moment, I'll explain how the STARS program works. Appreciate that very much, the opportunity to tell you about that, but we'll wait on a brief stoppage. As driving in, Griffin has it. Griffin spins it back out. Now driving in, shot put up. That one no good. Rebound down to Roberts. Now that one's going to be punched out of play with 2:50 to go in the second. 22-18 our score. Cobb to inbound from the baseline. Sends it in. Cam Bush has it. He goes off right side. Now Roberts has it. Roberts to Bush. Bush. Now Cobb. Cobb works it off left side. Nice crossover. Throws up the mid-range runner. Good for 2. Ty Cobb, silky smooth. He's got 14.
Yeah, really nice shot there from Ty Cobb. Little runner right over Nate Griffin.
Now heading into the half court comes Pinion. He sends it over baseline drive for Jackson Young. He's forced back out to Pinion. Pinion picked up by Cobb. He works around him. Pinion slicing through the lane. Now kicks out left side. Extra pass for the open 3. No good. That was good half court offense. They leave empty-handed though. Now a full court pass from Roberts to Bush, who bobbled it several times, and it'll go the other way to Sparta.
Yeah, Bush just not able to handle that pass cleanly. And then going back to that offensive possession for Sparta, I mean, it was just great basketball. Just couldn't get the shot to fall.
2:05 to go in the second quarter. It's a 6-point lead for the Bees here on the road. They raced out to a 9-point lead in the opening minute. Sparta's done a really nice job of slowing the bleeding down and turning it into a ball game. As they give off right side into the corner. Sims back in. He had 2 early fouls, so hadn't been able to get in a rhythm yet. Now Dickerson. Dickerson gives off to Smith. Smith to Sims. Sims picked up by Roberts. And they work it back left side. 1:35 to go in the first half. Don't forget, Coach Dodgen will join us coming up during the Happy Hiller halftime show. I bet he's excited.
Oh, I can't wait to hear what he's
They had a good night. And his Pinion spins into the lane. A little turnaround fade. Falls through. Nicely done by Trip Pinion, who has 8 points.
Yeah, really good shot there, Trip Pinion. You said it, fading away from the defender.
Roberts picks up his dribble. Able to find Cam Bush. Senior Cameron Bush hands off to Jack Torrance. Torrance traveled with it. Yeah, shuffled those feet when he grabbed the ball before putting it down. Chaffin and Turnbow back in for Upperman, in for Helms and Cobb. So Ty Cobb going to get a 1 minute and 1 second breather here. Please do not WhatsApp the random person talking about living with bad breath in the comment section. It is a bot, not a real person. Hopefully we got it banned already as they go right side. That was creative at least. Pinion going to flip back behind him to Sims. Sims over to Pinion. Pinion with it, 33 seconds to go in the second quarter. Pinion surveying the floor, and he will wait. Who could blame him? Been a good, hard-fought first half. We're going to have a great finish when we get back to action. Both teams probably pretty content with where they are right now. You never expect it to be easy in this district. Pinion goes to work with 8 seconds on the clock, drives, and we've got a hand check called. It's going to be the fourth team foul against Upperman.
Yeah, and that's one thing Trip Pinion loves to do is that ISO ball drive to the lane.
He's lethal at it.
Yes, he is.
That foul goes on Torrance. It's his third. And here comes Pinion looking for the buzzer beater. He drives inside. Pinion up and under, no good. Rebound down, and that brings us to the end of the first half. After 2 quarters, it's Upperman 24, Sparta 20. We'll be joined by Coach Dodgen when we come back. Coverage of this game is presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Welcome back. It's time for the Happy Hiller halftime show. At the break, Upperman leads Sparta 24-20. And in the first game, it was all Warriorettes as they rolled 58-32 over the Lady Bees. We're joined now by Sparta head coach Mike Dodgen. Coach, thank you as always for taking a little bit of time to come up here. Great win for your girls. When we talked yesterday a little bit, the importance of a fast start. You had a fast start tonight. I imagine you're pretty pleased right now with how your team played.
Yeah, I thought we started the game really well. I thought we defended early there in the first half really, really well. We and a big part that we talked about coming in is we had to limit Upperman's offensive rebounds. They do a really good job of, if they miss a shot, they've got 3 guards going and busting it to go get an offensive rebound to continue their possession and to make you have to play defense a little bit longer. And they're really good at what they do. And, you know, I thought we did a really good job on the boards and you know, did some good things there. And then we finished a lot in transition early too.
You had all those turnovers. You mentioned those transition early on. How important was that for you to have that cushion? Because then it felt like, and we talked about how now Sparta, they just have to not make the big mistake, and you were able to not do that moving through the game.
Well, we knew going into halftime, I mean, listen, I mean, 2 teams in our district, and I've got respect for every team, but going up against Dana and Leslie for as long as I have with Upperman and Livingston, you got respect for every program here. But good teams always make runs and find ways and make adjustments, and they made a good run there in the third quarter. I think got it down to 13 or 12 at one point, but you know, they did some good things there, but you know, we just continued to execute and, you know, do the little things right that help win ball games, and it's one game, but it's one game that you got to continue to build off of.
Couple of players I want to talk about. Let's start first with a player. We're getting to that time of year. All the Flyers are coming out, but you've got a legitimate candidate in your house in the form of Celeste Reed and averaging a double-double every night. What kind of impact does she have, not just tonight, but for you, your girls now as you're 21-2 on the season, sitting in a pretty good spot in a very tough
Golly,
district for her.
Goodness gracious.
It's pretty good.
Well, Rusty likes to complain about our schedule quite a bit. So, we'll just, I hope he's listening. You wouldn't let him come here tonight, which is a shocker.
I don't make the schedule anymore.
But I appreciate what Rusty does. I just like to give him a hard time because that's the only thing that he ever complains about every week is our schedule. But that's okay. Celeste does a good job because the bottom line is Celeste is going to draw a lot of attention, and rightfully so. She's earned that. She's earned that.
Right.
She's been in the league for 4 years, and everybody collapses down on her. They play hard. Dana had a good game plan with her of coming at her from the back and from the front, and what really doesn't stand out, honestly, is how good of a passer Celeste is. She's a pretty good passer and sees the floor and reads it really well. But we had some kids step up around her tonight too. Celeste got a little foul trouble there, but she's earned it. Kudos to her, and she's one of the biggest cheerleaders in the locker room. She's one of the biggest leaders we've got, and that's always a positive when that's your leader.
Good one, by the way. Giving it to him a little bit.
Just getting Rusty fired up.
To that point, though, the overall record is great, obviously, but we all know the important record is that district record. Mm-hmm. That sets you up in the post. How big have these two games been for you to be able to go on the road, which is always tough, into Livingston and get the win, stack it here with one? I know you got another one coming up in a couple of days that's never easy against DeKalb, but how important is it for your girls to stack these wins now? The 21 before are great, but these two this week are really important.
This week was a big week no matter what. It would have been last week had we not gotten snow, but it's a big week for us to go on the road and beat Livingston, a good team, and then come here and beat a good team at home. And, now you got to switch your focus. You can enjoy it tonight, but you got to switch your focus to DeKalb because just like Dana and I were talking and Leslie and I were talking on Monday, it's really not fair, honestly. No. It is what it is, and we'll all deal with it. You've got 6 legit teams in this league that can go anywhere else and win the league. Yeah. And we're going to have 2 teams at the end of the year that get beat in the first round of the district tournament that are sitting at home that can go everywhere else and win their district tournaments. That's kudos to our kids. That's kudos to the coaches in this league being really, really good. Every night's a war. I give Stone all the credit in the world. They came in here, had a good game plan, and they beat us here. Yep. And that's a great win for Coach Buck and his team. And they've competed in every league game. DeKalb's scary. I don't care who it is. Every night's a war in this league, and people don't understand it until you're in it.
Yep.
It's easy from the outside to sit there and say, oh, well, they should do this and this and this. Their record's 8-11. Who cares? This league's tough. It's just a tough league, and it's a fun league. Yep. The atmosphere's fun. Everybody talked about, when Upperman and all them come in, they're not – crap, whatever. Upperman's a rival in every sport that we've got, and it's a good rival. It's a good, clean rivalry, which is always fun, too.
Last one for you. One more player I want to talk about, a player who I thought really played well, Gracie Clark tonight. And she's given you what I think is becoming one of the more underrated players in the area, and you've got some superstars on your roster. We talked about Celeste. I thought she had a big performance. What is she bringing to you not only tonight but here in this stretch?
She's so athletic, man. She's just athletic. She gets after it. She understands the game. She's hard on herself, which is good and bad, and with any young kid. And I'll be honest with you, all 3 of our sophomores, Bella, Gracie, and Lakeland, have all grown. Yeah. They have matured and they've grown, and they're doing the little things right. And there's growing pains. We have good days and we have bad days, but the bottom line is they're getting better as they go. And then the one we've not really talked about that protected the rim for us tonight was Ava.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought Ava protected the paint for us and did a good job, and she's done that for us all year. But it's fun. I'm probably just going to have to opt out tomorrow.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Maybe you can maybe get in the honorable mention tomorrow. That's truly. By the way, can we just say this on air with you in front? I need people to stop calling it my list. Okay, it's not how it's made.
You sign the checks, big guy. When you sign the checks, you have to take that. You have to take that credit.
I can take it. I'm just letting. I want people to understand that it's not just Noah's list,
Listen.
and it is going to change tomorrow, unfortunately for you. Your bulletin board materials may disappear a little
We're
bit.
opting out.
Well, that's not exactly how
Everybody
it works.
else can opt out and go to the NIL and all this other stuff, so we're opting out.
I think most people are
I
rather
mean,
opt in.
listen, you're going to have Rusty have a heart attack tonight because he's going to actually have to say something positive.
I'll do my best.
I'm just kidding. I like Rusty. Rusty's a good guy.
Rusty is a good guy.
He's just so much fun to pick on because everybody wants to go after him. It's amazing.
And he is a great guy. And he works really hard,
He
by the
does
way.
work hard.
He works really hard.
He does work hard.
Yeah, he's in Cookville tonight, by the way.
Well, he let me get some of them baseball cards that were sitting in there, and I'm just kidding. I don't really want to get him in trouble with that. But no, you guys do a good job, and it's always fun to poke, and when people get on there, and it just kind of, honestly, it shows the passion of all the fans in the Upper Cumberland because everybody's passionate about their game, and everybody's passionate about what they do. So, bulletin board. I mean, you could fill up everybody can fill up bulletin board stuff on me. I mean, you just breathe and
wait.
Somebody's talking about me.
Well,
but
in all
anyway,
sincerity, congratulations.
thank
It's a
you.
huge win tonight
Appreciate
for the
you
Warriors.
guys.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Welcome back again. Thanks to Coach Dodger for joining us there during the Happy Hiller halftime show. It was a great first half here. These two teams going at it, a top 5 matchup, a district matchup, and it's Upperman with a 24-20 lead over White County. I'm Noah McKay. He's Chase Hoke. Chase, this is going to be a fun second half.
Oh, it absolutely is. I mean, we had a pretty good first half there, close ball game. Excited to see how the second half goes.
Braden Roberts with the basketball here as the Bees, who are in gold. Sparta is in white. Go to work here in the half court. Both these teams with 1 loss in the district. Sparta has 3 wins. Upperman has 2 by nature of all the ice last week. Roberts picks up his dribble, and that's going to be a travel as it bobbled just a little bit in his hands. Pinion going to bring it up here slowly. This is certainly anybody's ball game. We've seen Sparta be really good in these situations. Think about the Stone game. With Tripp in the lineup, they've been really calm, cool, and collected under pressure. Stevenson has it, drives in. They've also been really good in this building. Little mid-range bunny jumper good for Cole Sims. Had foul trouble early. That's his first points. They'll look for him to get it rolling.
And I think one thing that bodes so well for this Warriors team is they take care of the basketball. They're not reckless.
Clayton Harris, turnaround shot, no good. Long rebound up, fought for, tie up a little bit, and Smith comes away. Sparta down 2 with the basketball. And they appear to have a conscious effort to slow things down just a little bit as Pinion walks it across the timeline. A little different than in years past with Jake Davis and Thomas Paul and Thomas Brock, where they would run and gun up and down the floor and score 100 points. Is now picking up the dribble, giving it into Smith. Working through the mid-range, runs into Clayton Harris, spins it back out to Sims. Over to Pinion. Thought about the 3, instead slices into the mid-range. That one poked by Huddleston. Tripp dives on the floor for it. There's a tie-up, and a timeout was called first by Coach Mitchell. A 30-second timeout caught on the floor, so we'll stay through it. Hey, there was a question earlier from Hilda, I believe, asking about how the stars work. So, and there have been people, and listen, there's no pressure on this at all, but there was a question, so I would like to address it. If you're wondering how you could donate to UCR and help us boost what we do, especially now we're getting ready for the postseason, the Facebook Stars program goes directly to us. It's a program set up for creators like we are. You can donate stars by clicking the stars button, and you can send stars. And if you do that, that goes to us. It goes all back into doing what we do, getting better cameras, better equipment, paying people to call games, and that comes to us through Facebook. So it's a safe way to do it. We certainly appreciate it. There is no pressure to do it, but that is a donation to us. If you're doing it through the Facebook Stars, it still comes to us. So thank you very much for even considering it. Again, no pressure, but it was asked about, so want to address it. Sparta with the basketball out of the timeout in a 2-point game. And a little crossover move. Now they drive over. That one got the young men on their feet. And driving in the lane, skying up. That one nearly blocked away and a rebound. And we've got a whistle. And what is it? A warning against Bobby McWilliams. I think they said he was out of the coaching box. Or did he say something as he's looking at the official, wondering what it was for? This one could get a little interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think Coach McWilliams is very fond of that one. Oh, this one there may be about to be a extra whistle coming. As Ty Cobb gives off to Braden Roberts. Roberts, and then a foul is called. This one going to go on Sparta. It's got a little weird down there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It goes on Cole Sims. That's his third. Roberts going to inbound. Sends it in, trying to deny the basketball with Sims. He's got to be careful, playing with 3 fouls. And he's picking up Ty Cobb. Cobb going to attack inside. Cobb has it poked, but it went over to Chaffin. He puts it in. That's an assist. Chaffin puts it in for 2.
Yeah, right to Bronson Chaffin. Goes up strong. Easy 2 points for the Bees.
Pinion with it. Sends it in, now kicks back out. Little shot fake. Now back out. Driving in, that shot thrown up into the air. Now it's on top of the goal, and it'll go the other way. Hilda says, how is UCR Star money? How does my money get to you? So essentially, the stars represent a cent each. I believe it is. Don't quote me on the conversion rate. But you donate in the form of stars, and whatever that amount is that you send in stars, Facebook then sends to us. So it's Facebook acts as the middleman in the process. But the stars is just a fun way of making it seem like a donation. That's essentially it. So that money comes to us through Facebook a little bit later on in the month. They send us one check every month with that, and that's how it works. As Ty Cobb's going to go to the line to shoot 2. 5:05 to go in the third. It's 26-22. First one falls through for Cobb. He's got 15 points in this game. Cobb lines up the second one. That one is good as well. 2 for 2 for Ty Cobb, and the lead for the Bees is back up to 6. They've led by as many as 9, and nobody's had a double-digit lead yet. Upperman's gone wire to wire so far. Pinion sends it over right side. Dickerson back to him. Dickerson hit 2 threes in the first quarter. Hadn't been able to even attempt another one since. Pinion crosses over, trying to work on Huddleston. Floats back. Dickerson to Pinion. Pinion just in front of his bench, goes to work. Over to Stevenson. Stevenson thinks about it. He'll trigger it. That one no good. Chaffin with a rebound, and then he is fouled. Jackson Young picking up the tall task of a 6'4", 210-pound Bronston Chaffin.
Yeah, the arms get tangled up there, but good job there by the official.
That's Jackson Young's second personal, team's third here with 4:35 to go in the third quarter. Cobb walking it across the timeline as the Bees look to take control. Sparta trying to turn it into a dogfight. Harris with it from the top of the circle. Over to Roberts. They're posting up Chaffin inside. He goes up and puts it in for 2. Yeah, that's a little bit of a mismatch in there tonight. Bronston Chaffin inside.
Yeah, Keon Lewis is trying to do everything he could, but Bronston Chaffin just has too much size.
Pinion from the top of the circle. Gives off left side to Smith. Back to Trip Pinion. Activates inside with that quickness now. Kicks back out to Smith. Over to Lewis. Lewis to Pinion. Pinion spins inside. Goes up and under. Good with the lay-in.
Yeah, really nice move there by Trip Pinion. Gets that shot to fall.
He's got 10 points. Back inside to Chaffin. See if the help arrives. Chaffin goes up strong again and finishes again. He's heating up. 6 points in the quarter for Bronston Chaffin. 8 in the game.
Yeah, and I think if you're Upperman, continue to feed Chaffin down low. Sparta does not have an answer for it, and really there's no one on the floor who can even contest his size.
Left wing pass here. Smith now back out Stevenson. Stevenson to Pinion. Pinion floats back over, now back to him. Into the mid-range, Lewis. That's typically the soft spot in a 2-3, and Lewis calmly delivers that one through.
Yeah, nice shot there from Keon Lewis right there. Mid-range, gets it to fall.
Now Cobb in the mid-range. He goes back out to Roberts. He triggers the long-range 3. Bingo. A Sonia Brown with America Way Real Estate 3 for Braden Roberts, his third of the game.
Yeah, may not be a better pure shooter in the Upper Cumberland. Really nice job there from Braden Roberts.
Back out Pinion from the volleyball line. Gives off right side. Dickerson. Dickerson finds Smith. Smith to Dickerson again. He's going to trigger the 3. That one good. He's a great shooter of his own, and it's a Domino's 3 for Dickerson.
That's his third 3 of the night.
Back to a 6-point game. Upperman had tied its largest lead briefly there. Now Harris comes out for the screen for Ty Cobb. Cobb picks up the dribble, now swings it over to Huddleston. Evan Huddleston gets inside, throws up the runner with the right hand. No, Chaffin tips the rebound. Huddleston comes away and puts it in.
Yeah, nice offensive rebound there. Evan Huddleston gets it and goes straight up to the basket.
2:10 to go in the third quarter. The Upperman lead on the road is up to 8 as Pinion activates into the play. He jumps through, now kicks out. Smith going to drive inside. Now he'll kick the other way. Dickerson, he triggers another three. That one's good. Lucas Dickerson heating back up. His 4th Domino's 3 of the game.
The bottoms by Lucas Dickerson. He's catching fire, Noah.
Both these teams all of a sudden starting to heat up. Roberts with it now. Roberts, left-handed dribble, now punches it back to Huddleston. Huddleston, it's a screen from Harris. Now Chaffin. Bronson Chaffin trying to stretch the floor a little bit. We near 90 seconds to go in the third. Cobb comes out to get it from him at the logo. Cobb over to Roberts. Roberts. Now Huddleston. Huddleston to Harris. Clayton Harris with it. He sends it baseline. Cobb, shot fake, throws up the shot. Foul on the floor. That is going to be the 4th team foul against Sparta already. I guess with 1:11 in the third quarter, that's not already, but there's 0 so far against Upperman. As Stevenson called for his 2nd personal. Branson Turnbow back in for Clayton Harris for the Upperman Bees. Inbound, Cobb, back door. He goes up and is fouled. Bumped in midair, and Ty Cobb's going to go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, that was really a good job there from Ty Cobb. He's backing up, acting like he's trying to go back to get that inbounds pass, then cuts directly to the basket.
Cobb's first free throw, got the roll. 17 points tonight for Ty Cobb. That leads all scorers. True all-around point guard. Score, pass, assist, or rebound. Really, his passing is probably his best attribute. But they need him to be a scorer sometimes. Tonight's one of those nights.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a tremendous ball game tonight.
Pinion with it as he surveys the floor. 55 seconds to go in the third, and Trip Pinion maybe content to hold for the last shot. And Upperman with a 7-point lead. Looks like they're okay to let him. So how's the weather? It's a little nicer than it was last week.
It is a little warmer.
It is.
Still wet, but it's not froze.
Yes, thank God for that. It's raining a lot, so we got some mud.
You said, how's the weather?
We've got 34 seconds still to go, so.
I tell you, man, this is just what infuriates me. Give me a shot clock in high school basketball.
Well, as I say, there's not a shot clock in Tennessee high school basketball, and they're not putting one in tonight. So
that's
here
right.
We wait.
You're absolutely right.
Now there's 15 seconds. With about 8, they'll probably go. Pinion goes, sends it over left side. Smith back to Pinion. 7 seconds. Pinion. And now we're going to have a foul for a hold. Huddleston, hand on, that's the first team foul. And the first personal against Huddleston. And it comes with 4.3 seconds to go in the third. There was 1/9 of the remaining game just went off the clock as they give inside. Now slicing through, nice jump stop. And the finish in for Trip Pinion as he goes around Chaffin, who was trying to take a charge. That brings us to the end of the third quarter. It's Upperman 39, Sparta 34. Coverage of this game is presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Hone and develop your skills on the court with professional basketball player development from Legacy Athletics. Call 931-303-3356 or follow them on Instagram at legacy_athletics or on Twitter at jwinningham25 for more information today. Legacy Athletics, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Everything you need in a new home. This new construction open split bedroom plan in the Honeybrook subdivision has 1,560 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and features a tankless water heater, natural gas heat, and central air. And a new price of $304,900. Call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145 or 931-526-9581.
1 quarter to go. Nick's Restaurant has been family owned and operated in Cookeville for over 50 years. We appreciate them for being the presenting sponsor of tonight's game. Prime ribs, steak, sandwiches, salads, chicken, fish. If you're having a team event, a banquet, an award ceremony, they can also have it there. And ice cream pie. We appreciate them so very much for being with us all season long. As Lewis has it inside here for Sparta. The shot's no good. Upperman leads by 5. They have the ball now as Braden Roberts sends it ahead to Ty Cobb. Cobb floats it up for Turnbow, who puts it in for 2.
Yeah, really nice dish there from Ty Cobb. Turnbow does a good job catching it in the air, collects himself, gets it to fall, all in one motion.
Pinion swings it over right side. Dickerson. Upperman has led wire to wire, but Sparta's done a nice job of not letting it get out of hand in any way, shape, or form. And you send it over to Stevenson. Stevenson gives back to Pinion. Pinion with it. He slices in the lane, now kicks back out. Over to Pinion. Pinion drives, now fires it. That went off the leg of Chaffin, so it should stay on this end. It does. We had a good angle on that one up here to see it. 6:51 to go in the ball game. Winner of this game, as that shot's up and good for Lewis, in a much stronger position in District 7 AAA, as there's a logjam at the top. 3 teams with 1 loss, Sparta, Stone, and Upperman. Upperman plays Stone, big one, on Friday night. Sparta will host DeKalb County, who they rolled past in their first meeting. Pass over from Cobb. Now Bush sends it into Chaffin. Chaffin finds Roberts just waiting on the other block for the easy lay-in.
Yeah, really good job there, Bronson Chaffin, knowing exactly where Braden Roberts was. Easy lay-in.
6:16 to go in this game. Upperman's lead back up to 7. Now Pinion with a nice flip pass over to Sims. And hopefully Braden Roberts is okay. He went up and came down awkwardly. And so we'll get the training staff out in quick order as he took an awkward fall. Went up to try to block the shot. And the trainers will come out and tend to him. He's back up onto his feet. A very tough young man, Braden Roberts.
Yeah,
that was scary.
That was scary. You never know exactly how landed. And listen, I don't know if that kid's ever jumped higher in his life.
He got up. It was not a great time to do it because it was a great shot fake, and thankfully he appears to be okay. He's taken a couple of hard shots this season. Left side over. Sims. Now Pinion has it. Pinion. Now Sims swings it back around into the corner. Dickerson. Dickerson has 4 triples in this game. Had 2 in the first, 2 in the third. Pinion working his way through traffic. Finds the open shooter, Sims, who can't make it fall. Rebound tipped down. Cobb comes away with it. Now Cobb.
Yeah, that was a good look there for Cole Sims in the corner. Just couldn't get it to fall.
Left side, Bush. Bush gives to Chaffin. Chaffin finds Cobb. Bush, back over. Now Turnbow. Huddleston. He's wide open for 3, but that one won't fall. Rebound, Turnbow has it. Turnbow thought about going back up instead. Finds Huddleston, who catches it with one hand. Back to Turnbow, and a timeout called by Bobby McWilliams. 32nd timeout with 5:08 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, I think that's a good timeout there from Coach McWilliams. Kind of getting sloppy on the offensive end. Couldn't get anything going. Let's call a timeout, regroup, and see what you're able to draw up. It's still a 7-point ball game, so Sparta's definitely still in it.
All right. We are officially done with any back and forth about the girls' game in the comment section. Anything other than great win Warriorettes or get them next time Upperman is resulting in what Facebook calls suspension, which is where you got to watch in silence for a little while. We're done. We're absolutely done. I can't believe I had to address that a second time. 5:08 to go in the ball game. I will remind everybody that these are 14, 15, 16, and 17-year-olds playing basketball.
Yeah.
We will be okay, I promise. And I'm not calling anybody out specifically because there's a whole bunch of people doing it tonight. After the timeout, it's going to be Upperman basketball here. They have this lead. 18 points for Ty Cobb has been the difference. 13 for Braden Roberts. 8 for Bronston Chaffin. On the other side, it's been a whole bunch of scores for Sparta. 12 points for Trip Pinion and 12 for Lucas Dickerson, and a host with 2, 3, and 4. 5:06 as Ty Cobb comes to get it and will set up in the half court. He bounces back to Huddleston. Now Cam Bush. Cam Bush is wide open, so he's going to trigger that one, and he hits it. Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 for Cam Bush.
Yeah, Sparta was daring Cam Bush to take that shot. He did, and makes him pay for it.
Lewis with it. Yeah, in 2024, you're that wide open. I don't think what position you play matters. You're going to take that three.
Yeah, I think so.
It's the largest lead of the game for Upperman. They're out in front by 10. Pinion swings around left side Dickerson. They need it. That one no good. Lewis tries to save it in, and he does, but it went right to Bush. Now Chaffin finds Huddleston. Ahead to Turnbow. Huddleston to Chaffin again. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go in this ball game. A 10-point Upperman lead. Bush again wide open. This time he's going to put the dribble down. They are daring him to shoot it. You're right. He's going to shoot another one. And he hit it again. Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 for Cam Bush. He says, if you're going to give it, I'm going to take it. And he rings it through.
And, hey, Coach Mitchell's not even mad. He was laughing on the bench.
I mean, you got to make a decision on who you're going to sell out to cover out there, and Bush has made him pay.
Yeah, sharpshooter Cam Bush.
Now Stevenson bounces it in. Turnaround shot for Lewis. That one no good. Rebound down to Bronston Chaffin, and he is fouled. That'll be the first foul of the quarter called on Sparta, who trails by 13 now.
I'm kind of curious to see if they allow another one.
I would think not, but I could be
you
wrong.
never know.
Brain Roberts checking in, and we're going to have a timeout called. Full timeout on the floor called by White County as Upperman is on a bit of a run, trying to get a big district win. They're up by 13. Coverage is presented by Nick's Restaurant. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere.
Landers Trade, your home solution store at 250 East Stratton Avenue in Monterey. Landers Trade is your home for Milwaukee, Blackstone, and Rocky Boots. 250 East Stratton Avenue, Monterey, your home solution store.
Welcome back. The atmosphere is great. No pep band tonight, but the cheerleaders are rocking. Decent crowd for a Wednesday night game that was rescheduled. 3:40 to go in the ball game. Upperman's hit a couple of threes in a row. Cam Bush raining them home. As Ty Cobb going to walk it across the timeline here. He sends it over to Bush. They are covering him. We wondered about that. Stevenson going to intercept the pass, and Sparta with an opportunity to get back into it. Dangerous pass. Stevenson able to come away with it. Now Sims kicks over right side. Stevenson looking in. That one was tipped by Chaffin, went right to Bush. Bush picks up his dribble, gets it ahead to Huddleston. Now Chaffin. Chaffin with room to operate, drives in strong, and it's an offensive foul. Yeah, a little bit out of control there. Getting to the spot was Lucas Smith. It's going to be the second team foul on Bronston Chaffin. Second team foul.
Yeah, and that was a really good job there. Lucas Smith knows he's not going to get a block on Bronston Chaffin, so he does the next best thing. Draws the foul.
Stevenson with it. He gives over to Trip Pinion. Pinion been held relatively quiet in this fourth quarter. He has 12 in the game. Now he gets an offensive rebound after a miss. Drives in decisively. Pinion throws it up, and it nearly fell. Instead rolled away. Bush for the rebound, sends it to Roberts. Now over to Cobb. Cobb to Chaffin, who ran the floor. Chaffin sends it out to Roberts. Now Huddleston. Again Chaffin to Roberts. 2:35 to go. Upperman with this lead as Pinion bumps Cobb, so they're not in a hurry looking for any quick shots. Gives off to Huddleston. Defense backs off. Now Reed comes alive to Huddleston. Roberts left side.
Cam Bush ain't getting that space this
no,
time.
they're not. They've adjusted to it. Chaffin hands off to Roberts. Roberts looking to Bush, who cuts inside instead, and Cam Bush is having himself a quarter. Puts it in for two. He's got 8 points. I think it's his season high. Don't quote me on it. With 2 minutes to go in the ball game.
Yeah, and that was a nice cut there from Cam Bush.
Upperman having a really strong fourth quarter here. They led by 5 at the beginning of the frame, and now they're up by 15 with 2 minutes to go. Inside shot put up, blocked in the foul. This one will go on Chaffin, his third. The trip to the line upcoming here for Lucas Smith. Great crowd. If you haven't already, please help us out by hitting that like button. That helps us out a whole bunch. The stars we talked about, of course, those are helpful. The like very much. Comment along. Share the stream even if you're watching it later. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you've subscribed to our channel. Give it a thumbs up there as the free throw is good here for Smith. Stick around postgame. We'll have the South Willow Auto Clinic postgame show. Go through the scoring and get to the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game. He's moments away as we're here with 1:48 to go. Smith calmly delivers and finishes that one. He's got 4 points in the game. Now a stolen inbounds pass for a moment. Yes, it was. Dickerson stole it. Now Smith has it. A three could change the game here. Driving in, baseline drive. We mentioned this Sparta team does not go quietly.
No, they don't.
Now into the corner, an errant pass, and that may be it as it goes out of play with 1:34 to go. And they want Ty Cobb back on the floor here. Roberts to inbound. Sends it into Turnbow. Turnbow has it knocked from behind. Fight for it. It's loose on the floor. Kicked around. Huddleston there. Pinion is there. We've got a call and a tie-up. Possession arrow belongs to the road team Upperman. It's going to be Upperman ball in front of their bench. We've got 1:26 to go. Time will tick away here. Strong fourth quarter for the Bees as they're hunting win number 17 on the season. Trying to win their 6th game in a row. Livingston defeated Sparta on Monday night, so Sparta looks like they're going to drop their second straight. They'll look to rally back and get their second win of the season against DeKalb County as now Sparta has completed their lap through. Upperman actually has it, and they won't because their game with Cumberland County has been rescheduled to February 10th. So they're going to play Cumberland County. I believe that's back-to-back at the end of the season, so they won't get a full lap done until then. But for all intents and purposes, this starts that second trip around the sun in 7 AAA on Friday night as a foul is called. This one goes on Dickerson. His first, team's second. 1:20 to go. Huddleston back over to Roberts. Roberts to Cobb. Now Roberts gives left side. Turnbow. Turnbow finds Chaffin, now back to Roberts. Over to Cobb. Cobb to Turnbow. Wide open inside is Huddleston. He puts it up and is fouled. Evan Huddleston's going to go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, that's a really good job there by this Bees team, really just chewing the clock away. And then once you get a guy wide open down low, then you want to take the shot. Nice execution there.
First free throw up for Huddleston. That one no good. We're going to have a busy Friday. Of course, stick around tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, the UCR Coaches Show presented by Fire and Vine. We're going to do the round table again. It's going to be fun. People seem to enjoy that last week, so we'll give people what they want. And we'll have a great time for about an hour talking high school hoops around the Upper Cumberland. Free throw falls through for Huddleston. His night is done, it appears. 59 seconds to go. I say that, it may not be. A 14-point game. Pinion working off a ball screen. Spins inside Pinion. He's so lethal in the lane. Finishes
Yes,
there.
is.
Coach Mitchell calls timeout. Pinion with 14 points tonight.
Yeah, I think that's when Trip Pinion's at his best, is when he's driving to the basket. He has so many moves to get by defenders, man. It's absolutely insane. And you couldn't tell me that kid, you can't tell him he's not, 6'7". He plays like he's just an absolute giant. Kind of has that Bennett Reeves mentality from Cookeville. Plays much bigger than what he is.
Check over on that game that's happening on UCR, too. It's a big one for the Cavaliers as they take on Laverne. And Cookeville leads 77-68 in the fourth quarter. That's their only really – Lebanon could present some challenges, but that was their tough one on the board. And the number one team in the Upper Cumberland, is taking care of business again. Their point differential is absurd. In 20 games, they're plus 323.
Yeah, that's insane. That is insane.
That is nuts. And it's going to increase a little bit tonight. Moments away from learning who the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game is. I know who I would pick. I don't know who Chase is going to pick, though. I imagine it's the same person, but to wait and see.
I tell you what, Cam Bush is making a name for himself.
Hey, he had a great
tonight.
fourth quarter. And, hey, and this was a 5-point game. Let's not forget, when he started making those threes, I believe it was an 8-point game at that time, and he hit back-to-back threes to really ice this game. Chaffin has it. 45 seconds. Cam Bush, multi-sport athlete, great football player. Outside linebacker, kind of star player on the field, plays with that same intensity out there.
Yeah.
41 seconds to go. That was the fourth personal foul on Trip Pinion. So he'll have to be careful. Turnbow, that one swatted up into the air and goes out of play. It'll stay with Upperman with 34 seconds on the clock. Cobb with it, surveys, fires a fastball to Chaffin, now over to Turnbow. Turnbow waits, now bounces it to Chaffin again. Chaffin going to kick over to Cobb. Upperman does not need to take another shot. We'll see if Sparta fouls. Nope, but they will steal it with Trip Pinion. Pinion trying to go coast to coast behind the back. Turns around, puts up the jumper inside. No rebound, down, grabbed, and put back in by Griffin. And Coach Mitchell calls timeout with 10 seconds to go in a 10-point game.
Hey, Coach Mitchell's thinking he's got a chance here, really turn the tide. Force a turnover.
I don't know why he's calling the timeout. He wants him to finish strong, which I get. But if you've been watching for a while, you know my pet peeve, particularly with timeouts called in games that are over.
No, absolutely. Come on.
It's tough because I love Eric Mitchell.
It's tough whenever he's the
I got to
one
be
that
equal
calls
opportunity on it, though. It drives me crazy. I'll tell him it drives me crazy. A 10-point lead for the Bees as they're closing in on their 6th straight victory here tonight. Turnbow inbound from the baseline, and he's going to call timeout. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Who's it going to be, Chase? Let's be good stewards of our time.
Absolutely?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. We're going to have to give it to Ty Cobb tonight.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. How many times are we going to say absolutely?
I don't know. A few more.
Ty Cobb, monster performance out of him tonight. Huge game. Came up huge for the Upperman Bees. I know you're tallying the scoring. Something tells me he's at least near that 20-point mark.
Yeah, he's at 18 points tonight, actually, as we will start the Southwell Auto Clinic post-game show a little bit early. With 10 seconds to go, Southwell Auto Clinic is your hometown auto doctors. Just because the game is no longer in doubt. Upperman with a 10-point lead with 10 seconds to go. At least it would be the most miraculous comeback I've ever seen.
Oh, it would be.
And I've seen some impressive ones. And I thought both teams tonight, Chase, gave a good account for themselves.
Oh, I think so, too.
Upperman took care of business, but Sparta showed why they're an upstart young team. And now Cobb will bring it up. He sends it baseline to Bush, and he's not trying to run out the score. He'll just reset it back out, and that will do it. Your final score tonight, Upperman 52, Sparta 42, as this 7 AAA clash is in the books. Now we do officially welcome you to the South Willow Auto Clinic post-game show. The scoring from the game for Sparta, 14 points for Trip Pinion, 12 for Lucas Dickerson, 4 apiece for Keon Lewis and Lucas Smith, 2 for Cole Sims, 5 for Nathaniel Griffin, I should say, and 1 for Gage Stevenson tonight. For the victorious Upperman Bees, 18 points for Ty Cobb, 13 for Braden Roberts, 8 for Bronsden Chaffin and Cam Bush, 3 for Evan Huddleston, and 2 for Branson Turnbow for a team total of 52. The Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game once again is Ty Cobb. We hope you'll join us tomorrow night live from the UCR studios as we will have the UCR Coaches Show Roundtable Edition presented by Fire and Vine. We will talk to some coaches, and of course we will have the UC Top 5 unveiled once again. The Warriorettes got a statement win earlier on tonight, 58-32. The Bees evened up the doubleheader, 52-42. Thanks so much for spending part of your Wednesday night here with us. We'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, I'm Noah McKay. For Chase Hoke to my right, Madison McKay on camera, and everybody at UCR. Have a great night, everybody.